Oh, hello. Oh, I hope everybody is well. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, King Charles III Sausage Fingers' birthday. Oh, I don't think any of the guards, they fainted this time and fell off their horses. Pity the king didn't. Oh, that would have been funny. But no. There he was, standing there on the balcony, and the red arrows came over that they did. Oh, it was amazing. I wonder who paid for that. Oh, I wonder. I bet he didn't put his hand in his own flipping pocket. Instead, he'd be charging rents on the seabed, accruing around £1 billion every year. But that's the king for you. He's a man of the people. I'll tell you, he ain't the man of, though. He ain't the man of the Scottish people. No, not at all. He's happy. He's happy. Getting his old missus in that door. A foot in the door, that is. Yeah, she's now got the Order of the Thistle. Like I said in the previous stream, I ain't got a clue what that's about, but anyway, the Order of the Thistle. That's Queen Camilla. Ain't you lucky? You know, only want to leave. Oh my Gideon, nothing like rubbing your face in it. But anyway, today, prepare yourselves for some more Brexit idiocy. And the criminals in charge. And the ever-changing interest rates. That leave us even more, well, confused than a Rubik's Cube on LSD. Probably. Well. And then you got the snail paste. Progress in the housing market. House building, for instance. But they ain't, are they? The Tory party are suffering as a result. Their donors are saying, well, we're not going to give you any money because you're not giving us planning permission. We want to build more houses, but we can't. No. So the Tory party is losing out. So where will that money go? Oh, I wonder. Whoever may be in government and next. Will it be Labour? Oh, probably. Well, maybe they will get a chunk of that money. But the Tories really need it, that they do. Because they're scuppered. They're going to need to, well, pay the likes of, well, Cambridge Analytica. Well, or equivalent of, since, you know, they're no more. To try and fool even more. Lack of thinking. Much of the British public, well, England, I should say, really, to be fair. But there you go. Oh, do you not, you guys and gals, because you're here. And then we got the scandalous Partygate. Those... Oh, and those flippin'... Oh, I can't say it, I mustn't say it. It's a rude word. Well, Brexit... idiots. Oh, sorry. Maybe the Brexiters... The lack of thinking. You know, those who put the cross in the wrong box. I didn't. No, I put it in the right box. I'm a good boy, mate. Yeah. Well, quite frankly, there may be a few had put it truth bombs and wrapped in had to put it. Maybe expletives. Oh, no, I can't say that on air, can I? Get banned again. Oh, no, I've got to be careful. Oh, dear. I've got reputation now, you see, with YouTube. They're keeping an eye on me, they are, yeah. So, buckle up, people. Before you have to, let's see who's in the chat. Oh, okay. Well, where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Oh, don't you hate it when you can't find your mouse? It's going like all over the place, you know, and then all of a sudden you find it, but not where you expect it to be. So who we got here? There we got William Lucas. Hello there. Oh, well, we got 91 leads. We got me, Chatty Rat, Scotch Pie, Sir Larry the Cat. Goodly evenings, everybody. So I hope you're all well. And Lefty Boat, hello there. I hope it's nice on the boat. I bet it's warm. I bet it's humid as well. Crikey, what's temperature today in here? Well, it's now 26 degrees. Yeah, and 73% moisture. Oh, blimey. I'm all hot and sweaty and sticky. Got the fan going. Well, not really hot, so I'd say shower. I'm actually right, really. But you go. Oh, damn. Well, I want to get this out of the way first. Boris Johnson's breaking of the lockdown rules. I touched on it yesterday. I feel I need to do it again because it's been doing the rounds. And then we'll do something a little bit more, how to put it, different. As in, well, even more... I actually think this is actually quite important, actually. That people need to wake up what these flipping criminals are really about. The evidence is there now. Yeah. And for the love of seriously... How many times do we have to catch these politicians and their little minions with their hands in a cookie jar, all dancing around a handbag or falling into the table? Or even wearing braces? That's a crime in itself. Well, and there definitely was no wine and cheese. I mean, I thought we were past the point of the rules being for thee but not me. But apparently not. No, we have got that video. That video evidence. Oh, you've probably seen it already. In fact, I showed it in yesterday's live stream, briefly. Evidence of these so-called public servants breaking their own goddamn COVID lockdown rules. And the geezer with flippin' braces, well, he got himself a little peerage, didn't he? I don't know what for, but there again, as a 29-year-old, I mean, really got a clue what she was doing either. Why did she get an honour? Oh, I wonder. You know how the stories go. Oh, Boris, you saucy devil, you. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. He'll go for anything in a skirt. Probably even if it was a bloke. Well, so watch yourself, Scots. They'll be after you. If you're wearing your kilts, that is. Well, I don't know why I just said that. So, there is this video. As you probably already know, the Partygate video. Oh, evidence of lockdown rules being broken. Oh, there's no getting away from it now, no. There's one thing about photographs, but no, not a video. I don't think it's AI. Or is it AI? It might be AI. Oh, well, I'll let you see that. I know I showed it yesterday, but I've got to do it again. There it is. And I don't knock my blooming water off over my computer. I don't want to do that. No, Nelly did. Oh, so I've got to just show you this. This is just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And in fact, hopefully you can hear the words. Oh.
It's not her boyfriend. No, it's not. Can we spread that? Right, let's make sure that gets the reference. It's for party. It's also ends up in an ad.
Oh, and they got the moves and the dodgy jump.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Do you think there might be a little half cut? I think we're going to rip her arm off, poor girl. He ain't got the moves, though. He's not slick, is he? He dances like Boris Johnson. Like he does. Well, she'll be locked up. Throw away the key. But don't worry, because apparently, old Richie. Dishy Richie, or is it, Fishy Richie, or Fishy Richie, Rishy Fishy? Anyway, it looked a bit fishy, and it certainly is.
No, Mr. Speaker, I did not attend any parties.
Oh, you lied, you did, oh Richie Sunak. So much for integrity and honesty. Anyway, what's in the chat? Oh, goodly evenings, everybody, says Sir Larry the Cat, and everybody says, hello. And Sir Larry the Cat says, oh, to me. It's addressing me, he is, yeah. Which mess would that there be? There's so many to choose from. I know, I've got no direction whatsoever. All I've got is a load of bullet points that I want to talk about. Yeah, so I ain't got a flipping clue. Because I am overwhelmed with stuff this week. It is just ridiculous. So anyway, I'll pick a couple of topics that people aren't necessarily talking about as well in tonight's live stream. So, hello, Disson and Joe, I hope you're well, and Ben Riddings, and, Celebrity Cat, Orkbeige, Casper Northerner, and, Jay Mac, MCK, enjoying you as always. Oh, tasty. Well, don't eat me all at once, no. Oh dear, what the hell am I talking about? So, yes, what? Smith says, a bit like, how to put it, crafty Hank, and Smith says something about a hanky rishi, as in something else. But I can't say it on here because I'll get banned. Anyway, Hello, Progpus. Sack a lot of them. Bring back Corbyn, who has had more integrity than the whole of the Tory party. Well, Corbyn's trying to come in via the back door. He's sending in the wife. To unseat Keir Starmer. Kid you not. I kid you not. Sorry. Well, I'll just send in your brother and be done with it. Oh my God. Oh God. Cheers for that, Progpus. Hello, FSM the dog. Oh, Jet Set Richie. Oh, you Wally Bras, says G90. Oh, hello there. I hope you're well. And hello, Reagan. Oh, I know this guy. And Reagan, he's got his own channel, but also he's got the Snowflake show, which I'm going to fit in on Wednesday for them because they're having a bit of a break. You get kind of, how to put it? Well, what's the phrase? There's a word, isn't there? Yeah, you get burnout. That's it, it's burnout. And I've had it several times. Doing YouTube isn't easy, I tell you. One minute you're up there on a bit of a high, next week, don't know why I'm doing this. And then you're up there on a bit of a high again, you think, oh God, don't know why I'm doing this. It is a flippin' roller coaster. Sorry for the guys who made it, but little old people like me, you know, it's kind of a bit, like I say. One minute you're okay, the next minute you think, why am I doing this? Oh, anyway, I'll continue. Hello, Kim. Oh, Alois Osterreich. I don't know what that means, but there you go. Is that like, hello? I don't know. Chris Fisher, even folks, naughty step for me. I forgot. Oh, you got a naughty step up there. Alex Chapman, Penny for her boyfriend's thoughts after he's seen that video. That's a good point, isn't it, eh? Oh, I'll be after him. I'll take him out, he will. Hello, just saying, I hope you're well, my friend. And Alex Chapman. Oh, Are you in business? Is it referring to what Richie Sunak said to homeless geezer? What, dishing out meals at the food bank or whatever it was? Or soup kitchen? What the hell was he thinking when he said that? He doesn't think. No. For sight, he's got no integrity, so he wouldn't have a flipping clue. He's disconnected from ordinary folk. His missus is bringing just in flippin' dividends. Oh, £15 million. Just so I say it again. 15 million pounds. Every single year. Plus whatever else that other businesses are making. Well, that's £15 million, and part of that will be blood money. Because of emphasis, her father's business that is most probably still operating sort of underhand in Russia through the back door. Well, they said they pulled out of there, but from what I can see, they actually haven't. But there you go, you know, allegedly. That's what you got to say, apparently. So. Anyways, Alistair, okay, I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. They said, hope you hell. What? I hope you are well. Corbyn hiding behind the missus. Yes, pretty much so, Ben. Yeah, I know. I just can't believe what I saw. And Simon says, hello there. Reach around, Richie. Oh, don't do it. No. Do. Hello. Hello, Kim. And enjoy yourself, Reagan Elite. Oh, he's going on holiday. Reagan Elite is going on holiday. I don't know if he's doing more videos. He's going on holiday tomorrow. Oh, you've got everything covered. You got your videos. You got all your means you make your videos when you're away. Because you got to keep it going, you know. The algorithm. You got to think about the algorithm. You got to feed the algorithm. That's what you got to do. You got to nurture it. You got to culture it. You know, like yogurt. Yeah. Or that vegetarian fake meat stuff. That fungi stuff, that's kind of like culture. That's fungi, that. No, anyway, I'll shut up now. Tracho, hello. Hope you're well. And David. Oh, David Drago, hello there. Oh, he's Spain. I miss Nigel. In that party, he is the sexy spirit of the party. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. Yes, I am.
You know what I mean, and he does his little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk, yeah, he does his little turn on the catwalk. Get him off, Nigel. Too sexy for my cat. Too sexy for my cat. Poor pussy. Poor pussy cat. Too sexy for my love.
Oh, my giddy aunt, you have hairy nipples. Oh, God, I'll back off of that.
Yeah, but
Oh.
you
Oh, yeah, but no but. Oh, God, not again. Oh, once only. And I'm afraid one of my spanners, Mad Monk 33, he's got a job tonight. Yeah, he's not here tonight, looking after us. So hopefully we're not going to get any trolls. I think Reagan's here. He's got a spanner. Oh, he's got a spanner. Oh, that's good. There we go. Allshorts, Pink News has uploaded a video of Richie mocking trans... Oh, no, really? I will have a look in a second. That's in Pink News, is it? And, okay, let's see if I can find it. Is it on Twitter as well? Because that might make things a little bit easier. I'm looking. Pink News. Richie mocks. Richie as for LGBT? Oh, no, it's trans. So, it's free. Oh, there we go. So both vacuous and rather nasty, you could say, and rather repulsive. With all their sneering and bullying. Remember Alexander Boris the Pfeffel Johnson? He's been known to smear and bully. What did he say? Regarding, well, homosexual men. Called them bum boys. What did he call, Muslim women who wore the burqa? Letterboxers and bank robbers, he said. Yeah, he wrote it in a column in the Telegraph, the Tory Graph, and now he's writing for the Daily Mail. What did he say about the Pekingese? Yes, Pekingese were watermelon smiles. And now we've got Richie Sunak following his, example. Well, talking of an opponent defending trans rights, Richie Sunak said that he was trying to convince everybody that women clearly had penises. What? This met with raucous laughter from the Tory MPs, apparently. Yes, it's in the Pink News. Oh my God, what on earth are they thinking? Cheers for that, lefty boater. That man's got no integrity or decency. He's disconnected from everybody else. He hasn't a clue. No. I just clicked on the link for the article and it's taken absolutely forever to load. So why is that? Stop it and refresh it. And it's still taking absolutely... That would be due to Twitter because there's a redirect. Ooh. Okay, so... Oh my God. These people. What on earth are they thinking? Well... Oh dear. What can you say? So... we've got 51 people, 53 people here at the moment. So, God's sake. So what about cornering yourself and just push yourself in the corners, everyone poke the finger and laugh at you? It's just nuts, isn't it? It's not as bad as Jacob Rees-Mogg and his cheap shoes for peasants.
The day we leave the European Union.
Yeah, how'd that work out? No, it didn't. No. All this Truss and her...
In December, I'll be in Beijing, opening up new pork markets.
Get from bad to worse, don't they? You know. Number 3, hello there, it's Marcus time again. As in Doctor Who, says number 3. And by the way, number 3 has started his own YouTube channel. He says it's officially launched and what have you. And he's interested in how the mind works and stuff like that, which is he did a little intro video the other day, and it was very, very honest and integrity. So give him a look, you know. We need some support. Give him some subscribers. That's what we need. Everyone has something to say. That's the thing, you see. And it's like anything like these things, you know, when I first started doing YouTube now, if I watch my old videos, and even the ones, before any of my videos, I go, oh my God, what the hell did I say that? But anyway, and if I look at my older videos, I think, my Gideon, what on earth are you thinking? You know? And it's, you gain confidence. You just do. Even if you just, you know, you kind of, there's this disconnect. You know, although I engage with people, because I do read the comments, as you know, and stuff like that. There's still that kind of. I know that he'll come out and grab me by the throat and try and kill me and whack me over the head with a I don't know, baseball bat or something because I've said something that offends you. I know, I realise that, some people might say some really strange things in the comments sometimes. A bit, what on earth are you talking about? But there you go. But, it's just one of them things, isn't it? But you build confidence over time, and the thing is, do you know what the rule is? The rule you got to have in your head, set in stone in your head, you just got to press record. That's all you got to do.
So,
because your skills, your ability, and the tech and all that sort of stuff, because it does take tech. You kind of you learn it, don't you? And you'll evolve with it. It's a journey. It's a journey. My journey's been kind of downhill all the way, mine, but there you go. Oh, Royson, hello there. Thank you very much. Oh, got a super chat. Oh, hey, can't be bad. Thank you. Much appreciated. Well, been in the garden today that I have. I'm pulling grass out from my own trees. I'm giddy on, that's a never-ending job. All those trees we keep planting. But it's looking good, though. They seem to be taken. We had very few losses, which is a good thing. But the crazy thing is, obviously, still, when I say crazy thing, the bigger trees are the ones that seem to struggle the most, because they need water, you see. They need water. And unfortunately, water's getting hard to come by. Yeah, that's another little thing I'll get into in a moment, actually, because after I've done this bit, but the thing is that the Isle of Skye. Oh, what in the Hebrides? Oh, yeah, up there, up there in the Scotland way. Camilla's going to be spending a huge amount of time, Queen Camilla. No, she's got the Order of the Thistle. She want to show it off, don't she? Her thistle. I tried to find a thistle. I made a video today. I couldn't find one. I had to use a stinging nettle. But there you go, that'll do. So, oh, dear. How many trees now, says Smith? There's over 400 trees so far. And we won't get about 1,000. But saying that, we have actually propagated probably about another 400 anyway already in the ground to be planted this autumn. There's about 4 different varieties of trees. No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 varieties of trees. Native deciduous trees for this region. So we're putting in a few not odd ones, still French sort of European species of trees in this area, but the main ones around, you got obviously the hornbeams and stuff like that, and you've got the oaks, chestnuts, and all the usual ones as well, acacias and stuff. But we're trying to stay away from acacia because although it's a really good timber and that, it grows like crazy, but it's vicious, big thorns and stuff, massive thing thorns on the tree, and it just takes over, and nothing else can survive with it. So we don't really want to do the acacia because of that. My bot, hey, Traplow says. My bike got only 2 wheels. So's mine. When I did that video the other day, I hope you enjoyed my little video when I did round Orador Sir Glen, Village Matar, and the memoir. And it's I went on the motorbike. I went on my GX 1400 for a little trip out on the motorbike. So I was on my own that day. So it's just that was a nice trip out. I was hot, but luckily I got a really good jacket which ventilates. Keeps you cooler. It's really good. Really good. But yeah, it's very hot. Smith says, I love Scots pine trees. Yeah, we have got a few pine trees, but we've got a few already, but we don't put too many pine trees in. We'll keep with the deciduous if we can. Made some myself, and so, sounds good. Number 3 says, I doubt I'll produce much, given my history of depression. But doing something really does help. It may even be interesting. Number 3, just press record. Just press record. Don't worry about it. Just, I know it's hard. It's easy for me to say that, but just press record and just say what, like your intro video and what have you. That's what people want. I think so. I think people just want honesty. Just your thoughts. And just, if you can, what you want to do though, if you find there's days where you struggle to get them out, your videos there. It's not that, obviously. Don't do all this stuff like that. No. When you're getting your videos out, but then one day you might feel, I'm feel a bit better today. Do 2 or 3 videos, or maybe 4 videos, and just quick, just get them out. Just say what you're thinking about, whatever, whether it be an environment, about, mental issues and stuff like that. And then try and, so you've got regular videos. So always on the same, maybe hopefully on the same days and stuff like that, just going out. But don't worry about it. Just press record. I actually really liked your little video clip because I felt it was very sincere. I really did. So, yeah. Yeah, number 3. Yeah, I agree. Yes. Yeah, number 3 needs support as well. With his channel. If you pop over there, maybe just give him a subscribe because help knock things over there with my knees. Let's move that out of the way. My knobbly knees. That's what it is. I blame them. Yeah. Go in all different directions. Yeah, it's hard when you start out on YouTube because you kind of need that little bit of a boost as well because it's an emotional thing. YouTube is emotional. Yeah, see, told you. So now it gets. Oh, missus, get them out. Oh, talk about the missus. Talk about the missus. She's probably upstairs reading the book. Probably, no. And we've been, as you know, we've been doing these walkabout videos with my dear wife, and what have you, and we've been struggling with the audio. And it's we needed a radio mic. Well, I've just ordered one. I shouldn't have done, but I did. I should really pay my bills first. But anyway, I've ordered a radio microphone. So hopefully it will improve the audio in the sense that I'll have a microphone close to Caroline. So obviously, if I'm walking about with my gimbal and what have you, I'm talking, and Caroline's over there. Obviously, she's going to be she's quite quietly spoken anyway. She's, like a little mouse. And so hopefully we can have a bit of a little banner. And talking about number 3 with his channel, and sort of getting that boost, getting that confidence to get your videos out more, to keep pushing, and what have you. And some days you feel like that a bit low, and other days you're being a good frame of mind to do it. But it's also done Caroline a lot of good for her confidence, because my dear wife, she's quite shy, and she struggles, in environments with people. Partly because her hearing is quite bad; she can't always hear what people are saying, so it makes it very difficult for her. But it's actually, I actually think, from what she's engaging with it now as well. So she's participating more. And I think it does her a lot of good. So if you want mental health and stuff like that, I think being able to express yourself somehow. Express yourself, yeah, and all that jazz. And it does you a world of good. And sometimes it's just good just to talk. Just get out your frustrations and stuff. And that'd be my advice to number 3. It has some advice from a failed YouTube channel. So don't listen to me. Don't ignore everything I just said. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Scotchboy says, I'm loving your walkabout videos. We want improvement, actually. I did manage to get a better gimbal. Because the problem is the mobile phones that are getting heavier and heavier. And my old gimbal, which I had for several years, it was struggling. Every so often it would just go all limp and a bit flaccid. Ooh. Yeah, and excited for a bit, and then again a little bit a bit limp. But then I've ordered this new one. It wasn't expensive either, so we got this new one, which is literally on the table. Well, it's literally there on the table there, and it's a Eton M6. So it's brilliant, that thing is, and it wasn't expensive, so I was quite pleased. I did it over 4 payments anyway, so that's not a lot of money. Not a failure. I feel like a failure sometimes, if I do. Honestly, the channel really is not growing. I don't understand though, because I think my videos are more spontaneous now. Maybe that's what it is, more spontaneous. But also, when I first started the channel in the first few months, I was getting around 1,000 subscribers a month on a quite young channel, and now I'm lucky to get 150. It's kind of like chalk and cheese. And regarding obviously, it obviously affects your income because obviously you're not getting so much advertising, because the things you need, obviously, to get subscribers, you need views. Simple, you need the people to come. And I know a lot of people say the subscribers don't really matter, but they do matter if you want to get yourself monetized and maintain your monetization. So everybody matters. And also, it's always the subscribers are the regular ones who speak, who communicate on your videos. You talk, in the chat and what have you, or the comments, what have you. So the subscribers are important, but they're not. I don't think they're necessarily directly related to views. Not necessarily, because if you look at the percentages, around 10% are, if you look at the analytics, about 10% of your views are from the actual subscriber list. So it's relatively low. Just press record, yes, and screen, say Brexit. What? Say Brexit. I don't know what that means. I'll get the Brexit bit. Oh, Marcus needs people. That's what I say. And crikey, don't the country need people? It's actually got the people, but they don't want to, embrace them. All these people coming to the United Kingdom, and we need people, and we're not actually giving them jobs. It doesn't make any sense. Although it does make sense if you're a fascist government, yeah. Sorry, I said it. That's how I say it anyway. Hello, Mellow. Do. Go and limp. Limp comes with age. Oh, it does, yeah. Oh, wakey yarn. Yeah. Marcus and his floppy gimbal. Sorry, my gimbal's floppy. Well, no, my new one isn't. No, my new one, it can hold a lot more weight. Yeah, 400 grams, but my old one was only 200 grams. Yeah, my phone weighed 260. I had to make all these, like, if Mad Monk was here, he'd tell you. But I had to make a load of, like, counterbalance weights and stuff to balance out my gimbal. Yeah, a bit like that. So, yeah, it's all a bit, how to put it, a learning curve. It really is. And the hardest videos to make are the ones when you're walking about. When you're sitting in front of a computer editing and stuff like that, you can take your time and if you know how to edit, and I can edit, so you can kind of like take your time. But when you're actually doing something spontaneous and you intend not to edit, for start, you sometimes say the wrong things or pronounce countries incorrectly and stuff like that. And people are very quick to comment. Very, very quick to comment. And if I edited the videos, I'd understand people commenting. But when you don't, and it's kind of like, negative comments, when you're just doing things ad hoc and just going for it, it's all just out of your head. Yeah, you might have an article, something like happening on my phone, what have you, and just as a reference point, just to confirm what I'm talking about. But you've got to remember all this stuff, haven't you? And you can say the wrong thing quite easily. I'm good at that. That I am. Saying the wrong thing, that is. So, anyway, let's put him to one side now. Partygate over there. Because many people have had enough of Partygate. Now, I'll be absolutely honest. So have I. But we must not allow it to, just be brushed under the carpet and be forgotten about. Because there's people out there who suffered terribly. There's people who died because, of inadequacies because of the Tory government, or the fact that Matt Hancock, he decided to put in all the COVID-infected people into care homes, so they all pegged it, It's great, isn't it? Lovely people. So we should be investigating, and we should be talking about it, because we need to hold these people to account. And otherwise it just makes a mockery of everything. People's efforts to do the right thing during the pandemic. Whether you believe in the pandemic, if you're COVID denier or whatever, it doesn't matter. End of the day, we're talking about integrity. Well, there's been some words Some words have been spoken. Words by previous economic specialists. Well, we heard about Adam Posson. We heard about Andy Haldane. All Bank of England people. What about another Bank of England person? What about, Mark Carney? Oh, well, Mark Carney has been speaking up. So it isn't just Andy Haldane. Isn't just Adam Posson. It's also now, Mark Carney. Yeah. The Canadian Bank of England, former Bank of England governor. They're all saying that Brexit is to blame for rising inflation. No, really? I wouldn't believe it. No, but apparently, I've actually got it all too big. Let's move that over. Yeah, that's because I was on Twitter, you see. I made Twitter bigger for you. That's what I did. I'm like that, you see, 'cause I want you better to see. I'm not like these YouTubers that have little tiny pictures, so no one can see what's going on. Yeah, and expect you to be able to see. Won't realise that some people are actually viewing this on a mobile phone. So let's get a bit better size. Oh, there you go. Maybe over there. No, back over here. Oh, back again. Oh, there we are. Oh, that's better. That is Mark Carney. Now, post-Brexit, he phoned into James O'Brien. You might have heard of him before. Yeah, he's a presenter on LBC Radio. I don't know. You ever heard of James O'Brien? He's also, he's also wrote books with titles like "I Told You So" and stuff like that. I wonder what he's referring to. I wonder. Anyway, this geezer here, after Brexit, all their numpties, they put the cross in the wrong box back in 2016 and again in 2019 because of.
We got an oven-ready deal, put it in the microwave.
Which was as oven-ready as a turkey brought out of the freezer the day before Christmas. Well, Mark Carney, he said that the day after he faced racism. And he's a white geezer. Yeah, Canadian. His kids suffered racism at the school in the UK, post-Brexit. Well, he also says that Brexit is to blame for rising inflation. Tell us something we don't know. Well, some people, well, they'll stick their head in the sand and they're going, no. Brexit is to blame. Even when they say things like, well, they try to ignore it, don't they? They deny that Brexit is the issue. They say, they call it something else. What they call it supply chain issues. Well, that's flipping Brexit for a start. You could argue it might have a little bit to do with COVID and what have you. We have got redistribution problems still with the flipping containers. They're still not where they need to be, plus China is suffering too. Well, Mark Carney says that the bank's negative predictions about consequences of leaving the EU have proven to be the case. Now, Mark Carney, he said that Brexit, I don't know if you remember, before Brexit actually was a thing. Well, it's been a thing for a while, but before the fatal vote on the 24th of June, or 2016. Before that fatal day, he said, oh, it's going to be disastrous, he said. But then they mitigated. They made changes. But for many, it was a disaster since the pound lost its value. It plummeted from around, 144, then went down to about 116, 117, which I think is about that again now, actually. It's been down as low as 119, 110. So it's not great. No. With a weak pound, you can't buy so much, you see. So, he says that Brexit is to blame for the soaring inflation driving the cost of living crisis in the United Kingdom. That's what Mark Carney has said. Now, Mark Carney, who is obviously some pro-Brexit figures, I wonder who that might be. Would it be, Jacob Rees-Mogg, Doff Cap Forlock? At least he's got his...
They're now British fish, and they're better and happier fish for it.
All swimming in shit. Yeah. Well, the likes of him would say things like, well, economic danger have been fired. Well, he should have been fired. That was Jacob Rees-Mogg, that was. For warning about the economic dangers of leaving the European Union prior to the vote. He said, well, he took no pleasure in being proven right because the resultant hardships had been placed on the backs of millions of ordinary people. Now, one of our biggest problems in the United Kingdom is the fact we are non-productive. And we've never been particularly productive in comparison to other countries. Germany, for instance, very productive country. Yes, they've got their own problems, but that you could say is energy related because of Russia. Makes a lot of sense. Remember, the UK has a lot of its own energy, but don't worry, we can't, seem to use, especially the electric. It's gone to waste in Scotland. But left up there, we need it down there. I could say here, but I'm in France. Yeah, it goes the other way from France, because interconnectors, and the interconnector from Norway to the United Kingdom, it hasn't been very efficient. It keeps failing. Plus, Norway, last year, they decided to export less electricity because the water levels were too low, because a lot of their power, you see, is hydro. And water levels are a major issue at the moment. Many countries are suffering because of a lack of water. Now, if you've got no water in the reservoirs and the rivers, or they're very much lower than they should be, well, obviously, the actual aquifers, which is like porous rock, under these, strata layers and all that, down there, dig down far enough, you're going to find water. But the problem is you've got to dig even further now because those aquifers are being depleted. Just because you can't see it, don't mean to say it shouldn't be there. It should, but it's not. Now, I told you before that I actually our water source is from a well. Yeah. It's true, people. It is. Our water comes from a well that we dug ourselves, and we've noticed already that our water levels are low. Hosepipe bans already been, instigated in some areas. Well, got a beer. Just saw it. Fancy it now. It's in the bay. Got a view of a bay. And my dear son, he popped over early today, and he brought me a present. He did. He brought me a present of beer. Lots of beer. Yeah, it's got some left and what have you. Proper beer. None of that nappy stuff. No, proper beer. I don't do nappy beer here in France, to be fair. You'll find it very difficult to find beer unless it's alcohol-free. Lower than 4%. Yeah, that's kind of about the lowest, really. Can you remember that Tesco Value stripy tin beer? Used to get like 2%. It's like shandy. Very bad shandy. No lemonade, no. It's just water they dilute it with or something. That's blinking awful. So, now we laid out in advance of Brexit, so see, that this will be a negative supply shock. Now, Adam Possum, who now is part of the Peterson Institute of Economics, he used to work within the Bank of England. This is the line that he said, pretty much exactly. A negative supply shock. There's no getting away from it, but if you can't get the goods into the United Kingdom, whether it be, investment, whether it be people, whether it be materials, components for cars, for instance, such as the just-in-time supply chain, well then, obviously, your economy is going to suffer because you can't get the work done. And then you want to sell these flipping cars, and now you're getting hit with, rules of origin. And with electric cars having the biggest component being that battery, needless to say, 10% tariffs are likely to be added. And my computer is turned off. Why is that one turned off? Come back on, you. Oh, that's really annoying. Why is that turned off? Not this one, the other one. That's what I've got to chat up on. That bit's still on. Why ain't that coming off? My screen's gone off. Oh, it's back again. Oh my goodness. I thought everything was going to pot. It's all back again. Oh, let's have a look at the chat anyway, before I get carried away. I lost my mouse again. Oh my God, come back, mouse. Oh, that might be why. The mouse isn't working. Don't you hate it when a plan doesn't come together? Oh, I wonder what film that came from. Not film, series, programme. Put that down there. Does that help? Move it over there. Almost got loot again. Oh, it's rebooting itself. Oh, I bet it's updates. Oh my god, I got the auto updates because I did that re-upload the other day. Oh, anyway, ignore that for the moment. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring the chat up on this computer. Oh, before you continue, sign in. That's because I did a clean sweep. Yeah. Cleaned it up, I did. Oh, here we are. That's there. We're back in. And now it's going to start making a load of noise. So let's click the... Almost got loot again. Oh, the volume off. Oh, that's off. Oh, crikey. Oh. Technology, eh? Nothing simple, is it? That's why it's technical. That might be why, isn't it? Yeah. Why would it be simple if it's been technical? All right, I've got the other chat up now. Now my computer's rebooted. Oh, yeah, it's updates. Oh, my God. I should turn that off. Anyway. Oh, it's back again now. Oh, my God, I'm surrounded by stuff. And now I've lost everything on there. Let's bring that one back up. But here it comes. Oh, technical glitch. You restore pages. That'll do it. Oh, we're done. They're all back up again. And the mouse is working. And my mouse is working. Oh, we're back again. After all that, put this one over here. I'll minimise that for backup reasons. Oh my God. Techno, that it is. Yeah. So Larry the cat. And that's right, Miller. Oh, Cause. No, that's... you're Miller and Cause. Oh, someone talking about beer. Oh, what's my favourite beer? I have to admit, I do miss Hobgoblin. I used to love Hobgoblin. Yeah. And for what a stay, it would be like Murphy's or... Ooh, what's the other one I used to like? Oh my giddy, I can't remember it now. Not Guinness. No Tesco here. Einbecker, May and Erbuck. 12%. We've got flipping 22% beer in our supermarket here. And oh my God, I can't drink it. It's just like, it's just so strong. It's just, yeah, they're just heavy. Really heavy beer. You know, this is only 6.5%. Yeah, that one is. That's light beer. What? What? Kool-Aid. Didn't expect €800 to see a doctor. What? €800 to see a doctor? What they do, give you a button transplant? Dominican, calls, Millers, Penrithers. You can't beat a nice tepid, watery carlin. No, I think you can. Simon says, my vids really are short, promise. Yeah, my vids can run on a bit. That's the thing when you're doing these walkabout type videos, you kind of just jabbering along to your camera and what have you, and I find it difficult. Just stop me going live and that too long. You know, but there you go. Say the V, hey? Can't be worried about it. You know, you either like it or you don't have to watch it all, do you? Probably one fading. Oh dear. Oh, Reagan Elite. Oh, gonna lose my last spanner. Got those spanners. No. Oh, hang on. Is Carn here? Not Carn. What's his name? I've got his name now. Did you come down? I thought I might have saw him earlier. I was going to make somebody else, you see, a mod, and he said he wouldn't mind. Did you? I don't know. He's not here at the minute. No, not here at the moment. Often he might not have got a notification, but there you go. Yeah, have a great holiday, Reagan. Yeah. I dare you. I dare you to do a bit of skinny dipping. You gotta do a bit of skinny dipping, yeah. Don't be a coward. You gotta do your skinny dip. Don't be like Graham Hughes. He won't go skinny dipping. He was challenged, he was, by... who was it? That was Glasgow Kiss. They challenged him. He gave him £100 as well. I would do it. Yeah, I'd have dunked in there. I don't care. I know I'm fat. I know I'm ugly and wrinkly and hairy. I don't care. So what? But no, not Graham Hughes. No. He's shy. I think that's because he's got hairy nipples. Yeah, the rest of them isn't. It's just hairy nipples. There you go. You tie it together. You could make a bow. Yeah. Like tiny shoelaces up. With his hairy... Yeah, oh. God. Anyway, on that note, let's move on. So... Oh, dear. He said, there's no joy in saying, well, we told you so. Actually, sometimes there is. Sorry. Especially when you're talking to Brexiters. Number 3 says he could be a spanner guy. Yeah, I'm happy with that, my friend. I'll make you a spanner. How do I do it? Oh, there's a little that thing, maybe. Add as a moderator. That one, just standard moderator. There you go. There you go, mate. We should now be a moderator, my friend. I don't know when that update on there or not. I've done it anyway. You should get a spanner. Have you got your spanner yet, or have you got to accept it or something? I don't know. Anyway. So there you go. A harp is the worst beer of all. Or harpic, as it's called in Ireland. Can someone tell me how you're supposed to pronounce air? Is it air, like, as in Ireland, as in, is it air, or is it air? Should you pronounce the E? You, like, you know, project the E, so it's like, not like a sharp E, but like a flat E. Like a dragged out E. Swift says, he's nice, that Graham. I'll tell you what, I spent 6 flipping weeks on an island with Graham, and although I've got no problem with him, but I wouldn't want to spend much more time. He's alright. He's alright. Yeah. Although I was almost considering leaving him after a drinking break because I was pulling my hair out. There you go. Not necessarily because of Graham, because it's just been eaten by bugs. Hey, set number 3 is now a spanner. Welcome aboard, number 3. To my list of spanners. Oh, make a deal. What size are you? Are you a 3/4? Or are you metric? Oh, dear. Art Track Show says, I don't care. I'm from the master race. I'll tell you what you are. You're from a very, very efficient... You're German, aren't you, mate? I don't remember rightly. Do. Efficient, like the Hoofhouses and stuff, you know. You know the Hoofhouses, the ones that... They come in all built and what have you, all ready built. And they got really organised trucks, those compartments, every single nut, bolt and stuff. I wish I could be that organised in my workshop. Harpic is an antibacterial brand in France. That is, yeah. You think the bottom is dropping out of your world, and drink Watney's, and the world drops out your bottom. Oh dear. No, number 3 says, just got to work out how moderators work. I ain't got a clue either, to be honest. He's been to every single country in the world, Graham, who he has, and he'd like to tell you as well, believe you me. I found it rather odd, I did, because I met up with Graham Hughes at Paris. Charles de Gaulle Airport, because he's got, flying off to San Jose. And met with Graham there. The first thing he said to me is, I got a bit of a problem about my space being violated, and so what did I do? I grabbed hold of him and squeezed him. That's like red rag to a bull, that was, I'll tell you. And then the next day he was on a trip down. He said, I don't like to I have been to every country in the world without flying and all that, but I don't like telling people. I keep talking about it. He doesn't like to say. And then he must have said it a million times. Oh dear. Technically, it's 100% accurate on that one, because he did return home because his sister was very ill. So that was allowed, apparently, according to the rules or within the Guinness Book of Records. But another guy's done it since, or doing it, I think. So, yeah. He's contesting Graham Hughes at the moment, I believe. Trying to get that first place. So, there you go. Down we go. Mention Speedos when you chat with Graham. I do every time. Oh, dear. He's a nice guy in that, but he's not as environmental as he tries to make out, especially on that island. I know it's difficult on their mind, but that place is not environmental. Not in the slightest. When you're chucking bags of junk on a great big pile to be incinerated, there's nothing environmental about that. Plastic bags there and plastic bags there. The best thing you can do in places like that is just don't buy it in the first place. So there's no need to, because it'll not be funny, but little Ishmael, who lived on the island as well, he's one of the little native chaps, lovely little man with his family, pretty much living in a shed, really. And everything they cooked and what have you was just, it didn't come in packets. No, it's just ingredients that they grew themselves. So you don't need to buy things in packets constantly. And we don't here in France, apart from, we still do buy bottled water. One of the reasons for that is because I've told you last night, actually, but, because I've got kidney stones, I'm trying to keep my pH levels up. And it is working. I'm feeling a lot better for it. Might be just because I'm drinking a lot of water, but there you go. Should have gone French and kissed his cheeks. What? No. A proper Scouser. He is a Scouse, yeah. Oh, I wonder how he feels about what Nadine Dorries was saying. Making out, come from Liverpool and all that. And, I've brought myself up from the bottom and that. Yeah. Well, something like that. What was her words again? I'll come to me in a minute. But yeah, what a woman. And now she's holding back, literally holding back about resigning. And she's pretty much holding everybody to, ransom, really. I'm not going to resign unless you give me my peerage. That's Nadine Dorries for you. What can you say? So, anyway, going back to Mark Carney and the state of, England's, Britain's, the United Kingdom's economy pretty much dragging its knuckles across the ground because of Brexit. Gone back to prehistoric times. Yeah, well, I suppose when you got Jacob Rees-Mogg, the child brat involved. Yeah, I'll talk about child brats. There you go.
I can make more money, and if you've got money,
you have accepted the
you
truth.
can buy things that you want. I could buy this Rolls Royce, something like that. Lovely.
Lovely. Yeah, that was Jacob Rees-Mogg. But he's still trying to live that time that he is in his time machine.
But the structural reforms that we're about to deliver include the Brexit.
Okay, the date is wrong. Okay,
the
I know.
Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally.
Get Britain moving.
There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or repealed.
Where to? What, round the circles? We seem to be stuck. It's like on turns of universe. We're stuck in some kind of loop. Number 3, cheers, buddy. An excellent video about that part. Oh, cheers, buddy. Thank you. Oh, there. Getting back to this economy thing. So, he's rejected, Mark Carney's rejected claims of pro-Brexit things, including the Tory MP, Jacob Rees-Mogg. But I tell you who hasn't rejected the claims would be the likes of, Ben Habib. But I've got a little clip for you that I'll share with you in a minute from, I think it was either on Talk or something like that. And, oh my God. Talk about tripping yourself up and exposing your own stupidity and idiocy. He's going on about people on working tax credits and stuff like that. Yeah. And anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so anyway, Mark Carney's rejected claims by Jacob Rees-Mogg, who accused him of political bias and called for his removal back then, for intervening. Yeah. Well, he's resigned now anyway. He's now got Bailey. Yeah, Andrew Bailey. Lovely. Was it Mark Bailey? Oh, anyway, what his name is. The Bank of England governor. And, he said the bank had responsibility to the country to lay out the likely economic realities. That's what Jacob Rees-Mogg said. But Mark Carney does exactly what he did. Now, after the vote, the UK negotiated its future relationship with the European Union. Yeah. And then you got the Telegraph, the Tory graph, labelled Carney's further warnings about the dangers of a no-deal Brexit as doomsday. And a doomsday analysis. Yeah. Not exactly utopia. More like dystopia, you could say. And it's prominently features in the views by Jacob Rees-Mogg, obviously when he's flipping doing his show, because he's got a show now, isn't he? Ain't we lucky? Yeah. Who accused Carney of launching a Project Hysteria, a play on the Project Fair jibe used by many of the pro-Brexit campaigners and what have you during the referendum campaign, including him, that plonker. That's what he is. He's complete and utter moron. Sorry, I said it. Yeah, it's just like some of these others. You really, really can't make this shit up. No. Oh. Daniel Mullion, Lord Mullion, Moldy Mole, I don't know, whatever his name is, Mullion. Well, he criticised Carney because Carney spoke out regarding Brexit, saying Brexit is to blame. So, he said, even now the man demonstrates how wholly unfit he always was to be the governor of the Bank of England. He's probably one of the best governors we had. No understanding of monetary policy at all. Really? Brexit is to blame for inflation, claims Mark Carney. Because it is. But nobody wants to admit it, and until we admit it, we're never going to be able to solve it. You can't deal with a problem without admitting what that problem is. It's Brexit. There's no hiding away from it. No. But he's not the only numpty. No, there's another one. Oh my giddy aunt. Well, actually, there's loads of them, in fact. They're everywhere. We're surrounded by them. They live amongst us, they do. Oh. Well. Oh, damn. Now, this one's a few minutes long. But I have to share it with you because it's just ridiculous. And these people, they're allowed to have a stage. They're allowed to have a platform to spread their stupidity. Well, this is on the GB News. Yeah, kid you not. GB News. Oh my god, I can't get it now. Come back. Oh, stop moving. Why isn't it moving? Oh, it's broken. No, it's not. There it is. GB News. I cannot see how we can get inflation down without mortgages going up considerably. We're caught in a low growth, high taxation, and an inability to meet the economic needs of the United Kingdom. Now, this was a discussion between Nigel Nelson and Ben Habib. Now, they discussed what's behind the housing crisis. And I want to get into that in a mo as well. Mould man. Just yeah, just a bit. Yeah. And what's behind the housing crisis and how to go about fixing it. Yeah. Anyway, before we carry on, don't forget to boop the old like button if you haven't done so already. You know, it helps channel, you know, and I need all the help I can get in more ways, someone, you could say. Well, oh dear. I need a bit of beer for this. And wash it down with some water so I don't get more kidney stones. All my ice cubes are melted now. Flipping out, it's warm in here. Still 26 degrees. 27 now. The temperature's supposed to go up. Go down at night when the sun goes down. No? Oh well. It hasn't. It's gone up. So it's probably his computers. But there you go. Dung, 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 dung. This geezer here. This is Ben a Peep, whatever his name is. He's a Brexiter. He's now also in that Reform Party. Yeah. Well, this guy's a numpty. That's what he is. He's a numpty. Well, brace yourselves.
Kipper.
Yeah. That he is.
They're people that, like Charlie Nunn, he's the boss at Lloyds Bank. He's on £3.7 million. Their net income for the bank is 13.1 billion, and we bailed them out to the tune of 20 billion.
Yeah,
Nigel.
I mean, I think that I agree with every point that Ben has made, which must be a first, mustn't it? Apart from perhaps your last one, where it might all lead to a bank collapse. I think what has happened is that
like a crash, a housing crash.
Yeah, I mean, both. Yes, if there's a collapse in housing, or people have their homes repossessed and can't afford to pay the money back, we obviously affects the banks. I think we've got too used to low interest rates, which was a point that Ben made. When it comes,
I actually agree with that. The interest rates were held too low for too long because the Tory party just wanted to make themselves look great. But 0.25%, how is that even? No, it's not sustainable. And they went on for absolutely ages. In the meantime, people's wages weren't going up. You know, in reality, everybody was really getting a pay cut as inflation increases. The NHS, trains, teachers, trains, not the trains themselves, like the train drivers and the train workers and what have you. Well, nobody was getting any movement in their wages. Now, my son, he works for the museum service. He hasn't had a wage increase since he started the job. No. He's had progression in the sense that he's worked his way up, but the actual wage for that job position has not increased. Stagnated, like many people's.
It comes down to what you do about it. I also think we only have one weapon to deal with inflation, and that is raising interest rates. And I cannot see how we can get inflation down without mortgages going up considerably.
Well, Liz Truss would say growth. I think she's right, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, she is right, but I mean, tax cuts aren't the way to go about it.
No, but they are, Nigel. That's the point.
Have more money to spend.
Now we're going to start disagreeing again. I can feel it.
No, but I mean, that's, you know, we were told by Rishi Sunak and Jeremy Hunt with their hugely virtuous halo heads that actually cutting taxes would be fueling inflation. But they're wrong, aren't they?
Because they're not wrong.
No, but let me just tell you why.
He's going to recite Brexit, pretty much. And he's a Brexiter.
They're wrong. Nigel. If you cut VAT, you're cutting the price of goods. If you cut
doesn't work like that. Much of the VAT is reclaimable.
Stamp duty, you're cutting the price at which a house trades. If you cut national insurance or income tax, actually you're cutting the cost of labour. And what we've got...
Did he just say the cost of labour?
...right now is a broken labour market.
Did he just say a broken labour market? I wonder why that is. I agree with the pies as Doc Davies.
And one of the reasons inflation is higher in...
What about Brexit?
In the United Kingdom than it is in other places, is because even though we've got job vacancies, Labour, which is our broken labour market with 5.9 million people on universal credit.
All right, this is when he gets a bit stupid.
A record number of people claiming benefits are not moving back into work.
So if you're on universal credit If you're on universal credit, don't you need to be in work? See, the way he phrased that, it was misleading. Those on universal credit are clearly not getting paid enough. Obviously, their wages have been suppressed. But they said that, high-skilled, high-wage economy. That's what Boris Johnson said. That's what he said we would get with our,
We got an oven-ready deal, put it in the microwave.
Yeah. But it hasn't materialised, has it? Okay, they're going to blame COVID, but there you go.
So we're caught in low growth, high taxation, and an inability to meet the economic needs of the United Kingdom. And
productivity. But he isn't saying what the real cause is. He's admitting that the problem's there, but he isn't saying what's actually causing it. He's blaming people because he's saying that people aren't, getting off their butts, basically. Should be doing more work. Get a second job like Therese Cope told you to do, and work in the fields picking turnips. So, unfortunately, King Turnip, the turnip farmer, he's shut up shop. Well, this man isn't a lunatic, he really is. The fact of the matter is, we've got about 1.3 million vacancies in the United Kingdom, and actually probably more than that. And we don't have the people to fulfil those jobs.
And on top of that, we've got strikes because he didn't cut taxes. We've got strikes because people can't afford to live.
We've got strikes because we've got inflation.
No, but we're in a vicious...
We've got strikes because we've got inflation. That makes more sense. Because people can't... Well, they haven't got enough money, have they?
So,
real terms, pay cuts. Oh, cheers, Scotch Pie. When it is obvious to all how damaging Brexit has been, why is Starmer still trying to make Brexit work? Ooh! I'm having a hernia. Or a fit. Or something. Anyway, I'm having something. Because, quite frankly, that phrase, that three-word slogan, was a massive, massive own goal. He just said something like, I don't know, make Brexit better. Or mitigate Brexit. Or something. I don't know. Or make Brexit work. That implies in people's minds that you can actually make Brexit work. Well, when we were told that Brexit would make everything flourish and we'll all have everything we wanted in life. Hasn't worked, has it? No. Not at all, in fact. And he's cornered himself. He's put himself, he's put himself in the corner. Didn't even leave the door ajar. Now, Phil Morehouse is going to try and make out, and he has done already, that things will change once he's in power. No, it won't. He'll carry on in this direction. Labour. So don't expect any real changes there. There will be some, and there will be some improvements. That I do believe. But, so we're talking about the lesser evils here. But unless Keir Starmer and that party take the bull by their horns and actually deal with the situation, look for closer alignment with the EU. I'm not talking about rejoining them, just closer alignment. Jurisdiction, some jurisdiction. I'm not talking about everything, but things where we are trying to engage with some jurisdiction from the European Court of Justice. And then maybe we can move forwards. But without that, forget it. I just can't see it happening. I really can't. There's no way the European Union is going to allow the UK to, take part in Erasmus, Horizon, EU Reach, CE. No, it's just not going to happen. Not without any legal representation in the EU. It just isn't going to happen. I know some people say, what about international courts? No. Isn't for that sort of stuff. That's the only way I can see any of the Brexiters will go loopy. They go, Brino! That's what they'll say, Brino! Nigel Farage be out there says, we haven't done Brexit properly. That's Brino. Plonker. If we want a part of that pie... Oh, bigger part of the pie. Oh, I knew what that was. Well, if we want a bigger part of that pie... we need to... we need to embrace the European Union more than what we are at the moment, because if we don't, we're going to go nowhere. We're stuck. We're either treading mud, or we've got lead boots on, or something like that. There's no getting away from it. I just can't... Okay, it's my opinion and what have you, but I think I would hope it's built on a little bit of logic, maybe, I don't know. Instead of this flipping Liz Truss.
We need others behind first. And for
Which,
too long,
quite frankly, has got
the
his
political
penis in
debate has been dominated by the argument about how we distribute a limited economic pie. Instead, we need to grow the pie so that everyone gets a bigger slice.
Oh dear. Well, what can you say? God's sake. Anyway, let's carry on listening to this numpty. Where was I? Oh, the wrong mouse. There we go, that one there.
Vicious circle, Nigel, and the only way out is growth.
The strikes are causing inflation.
Only way out of this is growth. All right, this is another oxymoron coming up.
Only way out is growth.
The incomes, so that's causing inflation.
In a minor way, but in a much more major way is what
way,
Ben is actually suggesting. If you start cutting taxes while you've got high inflation, you pump money into the economy, and once you pump money into the economy...
No, but Nigel, that's such...
So you pump money into the economy, that causes growth. This is where they're just kind of like working against each other. The Bank of England and what's actually going on.
Inflation keeps going
It's
up.
a fallacy. The first thing Margaret Thatcher did, the first budget, 1979, when inflation was at 15%, she cut the higher rate of tax from 83% to 60% and the basic rate of tax from 33% to 30%. What you've got to do...
The difference here is we've got different causes. Increasing interest rates is not going to solve this problem.
A primary obligation of government is to allow people to keep the money they earn, to incentivise them into the job market, and this government has...
Now, Ben Hibbert was talking some, I won't say sense, but he was saying some things that were true, but he wasn't giving us the real reasons behind it, the problems behind it. Unless we embrace what causes this situation that we find ourselves in, we're never going to sort it out. And just increasing interest rates, it kind of goes against. So 1 minute saying we need growth, but with growth we'll get higher inflation. So we increase interest rates to curb growth, and then people start losing their houses because they can't afford the mortgages. The whole thing's working against each other. We need productivity. That's what we need. Ben Hibbert was saying about getting people into the workplace. The problem is we don't have the people. We need to be bringing people in to the workplace. But we've actually already got many of them. If you're talking about people just doing, more mundane jobs and stuff like that at this stage until we know what people can actually do, what their skills are, well, I'm obviously referring to the refugees. If we can get them processed, they could actually really help, even if it was a temporary visa system. Once you've got yourself sorted out and what have you, your country is, no longer a war zone or whatever it might be, well then maybe you can return or whatever. I don't know, just an idea. And but in the meantime, here's a job. I know it's more complicated than that. I know things have been done, security tests, and a lot of stuff has to be done. But still, as it stands, all we're doing is paying out all the while, and 1.6 billion to an Australian flippin' firm to build these flippin' prison ships. It's just mental. Absolutely mental. It's just like, you can't carry on like this. You have to treat it with a bit of logic and a bit of common sense, but unfortunately, like I say, common sense is no longer that common. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind. Who's in the chat? Oh dear. Habib needs a psychological help. You ain't a kidding, Mr. Smith. Yeah. He needs something. Sorry, they need bashed her head with a something. Yeah. The only time I can make a pie grow is on the toilet. Oh my giddy aunt. Poo pyramiding. Oh dear. So we need people that we do. We do need people. You can't. How are you going to get the jobs done if you haven't got the people to do them? I know some people say, what about AI and stuff like that? And I've said it myself before, but that ain't going to happen overnight. We've got a massive problem, which is here and now. And AI is only really, at the moment, it's not really any much help. Well, it's some help, but not much help for, the construction industry. Productivity and stuff like that in the sense of production. AI is very, very helpful in other tasks, which is going to take so many jobs. I've got no doubt with that whatsoever. And it's absolutely amazing. I know some people say, it's not as brilliant as AI has been about, but this chat GPT thing is amazing what you can do with that. It is absolutely amazing. And it's just so useful. It's a tool. It's not artificial intelligence. No, there is no such thing yet. No, unless you're talking about the likes of, be Nigel Farage. He's rather unintelligence. It's artificial unintelligence. That's what it is. Oh, David McGuinness, hello there, my friend. Oh, no, Marcus, you know that I can carry on... Marcus, you know. They can carry on like this. That they can. And they will. They'll keep doing it again and again and again. Oh, dear. Cheers, my friend. I wonder if I can write a comment that will have to be approved by me. Because number 3, he's now got his spanner and he wants to try and write a comment that he gets moderated. So he's got to moderate himself. I wonder. I don't know. Because there's levels of moderation. It's like there's only two levels for the moderation. Maybe I'd have to moderate it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. AI doesn't clean toilets. Yeah. It's just ordinary type jobs, you know, picking the fruit in the fields and stuff. Although that will come. The problem is this machinery they're talking about costs a fortune, absolute fortune. Of course, they're going to use manual labour, people, you know, actual people to do the jobs if they can. It's cheaper. And a lot of this equipment, it sits dormant most of the years. It sits there. It doesn't need to be used for 3 months while it's doing the cropping. Unless it's a machine that is universal and it can do more than one job, maybe. Maybe it can pick strawberries and dig potatoes. Although potatoes are easy to harvest. You can use a potato lifter for that, which is easy. This is an existential question, apparently. Oh, says Smith. And Maggie Pie, hello there. Tory common sense is like Scotch salt water crocs. And talk about water. Talk about a bit of what's going on about Scotland at the moment. Even Scotland's got problems with water. It's nuts. And not a bit of water as in poop in your water. It's not like all the turds. No. They happen to be floating around in the rivers and seas. No, not at all. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actually, you know, water, drinking water. Now, every person in the UK, pretty much on average, uses around 180 litres of water a day. And that's not drinking. That's whether or not you're flushing the toilets or having, well, your clothes washed or something like that, you know. It's we use too much water. I know the water doesn't actually necessarily go anywhere, but it gets redistributed to places where we don't see what it to be, and not necessarily in the reservoirs. Same I think I mentioned in a previous video. There's something. I think about migration as in water migration, and that when we buy foodstuffs from hot countries that haven't struggling to get the water to put on those crops, it would be Morocco and places like that. You know, where you get tomatoes from, for argument's sake, or your avocados, and you got to water your crops and what have you. Well, the water that's in the fruit, you're then removing that water, aren't you? It goes into a little plastic packet and then travels across to the United Kingdom or any other country. Well, you didn't took the water with it. It's no longer where it originated. So we're kind of migrating water. Migrating? Well, moving it about to other countries. And obviously the countries that import more, well, food, such as the United Kingdom, because we've got no food security in the United Kingdom. Pretty much zero. Liz Webster from the Save British Food. Well, that's another little video I want to show you in a moment. Well, she had an interview, another talk of, oh my God, Talk TV. Oh my God, the people on there got Mike Graham and his concrete. Oh my Gideon. Oh, these people. You can grow concrete apparently. But anyway, let's carry on. Oh dear. Into the chat here we go again. Oh, Mad Monk 33's here. Hello, Mad Monk. I hope you're well, my friend. We've got another spanner. It's number 3. Here's a spanner. Oh. So, the Tories need Putin to write their speeches. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, pretty much. And this is the existential question. Oh, I've done that already, haven't I? Moody Blues. AI will be your emotional support while we clean our own floors. They'll be talking to you. Softly spoken they'll be. Yeah, I have to admit, AI is brilliant. Yeah, it's absolutely so clever. Do so many things with it. So useful. We should all take jobs. So Larry the Cat, he says...
What? I didn't have any car.
No, apparently not. My software can run over 20 mods. Oh, it probably can. You never You're never the only mod. We are hiding. Oh, says Madmonk33. Yeah, we are hiding in the background, ready to pounce, says Madmonk33. Well, he's a Scotsman, so there you go. Nutty Boat says, not me, 5 to 6 litres a day. If that, well, no, you're on a boat. Yeah, smashed that one. Like you did. 5 6 litres a day. If you're drinking 2 litres yourself, maybe a bit of cooking and stuff like that. I suppose you've got a pump out toilet, I take it, or something like that. Or if you've got a cartridge toilet. No. Either way. You'll be using a lot less water. Oh yeah, don't forget to boop the whole like button. Helps channel, you know. Well, I don't know why this doesn't always work. Do I need to give it time? No. It does work. Oh, my logo's in the wrong place now. Oh, God. What am I like? Never mind. So, and I've lost my mouse over here. Mind-blowing with pure logics of sat nav all day. Just popped in to ensure all is okay before I get ready for work. You have a lovely day, wouldn't you? Working and all that. Getting all hot and sweaty and, you know, beavering away that you are. It's a night-time job. What do? You don't work in the street corners, are you, buddy? Hey? Okay. You know, everyone to their own, I suppose. Sometimes I wonder if I'm not a bot myself. Then for some of your comments, oh my God. I do like to read them though, I do. It's quite amazing actually how knowledgeable and how to put it, lateral thinking people are when they leave their comments and stuff in the videos and that. And it's because I've said it before, I'll say it again, I do learn from you guys and girls, especially how to do phonetics. Oh dear. I saw a Twitter ad today, says number 3, about I can be your AI friend. Oh my giddy aunt, really? Oh dear. Number 1 leads, 91 leads, sorry. Cost deterring UK families from buying sunscreen. Experts call for a voucher scheme, giving children and those in need free access. Instead of wearing sunscreen, put a shirt on. Cover yourself up. 4,000 UK melanoma skin cancer cases annually linked to poverty. Oh my God. Well, obviously that's sun related, but also don't forget what's in this flipping stuff. We dose ourselves in blooming chemicals. You might as well stick yourself in that blooming factory. Was that a joke that jumped in or fell into? Yeah, you know, in the end. Anyway. You know what I mean. Axis Chemical Plant, whatever it's called. So I thought, our dear friend, she's passed, bless her heart, but she's Debbie. She had the rectum cancer. It was nasty. I mean, really, this isn't a joke. It was horrendous. It was. But every time she visited us, and she was ever so kind, and she'd bring all her flipping stuff, and she's got to say she just used to leave it there because she's come quite regular. In France, she's passed away now, and to this day I can't. I tell you what it is. Whenever she went in the spa, she'd jump in there, and it'd be like an oil slick when she gets out, and I would actually have to change the water because it'll just clog the filters up, and it's just oh my God, you know, and it's one of them, it's just the stuff, all foundation and all this other girly kind of stuff. I don't use any of that shit. I'm just covered in oil anyway most of the time I'm working on the motor, or maybe I'll be covered in sawdust. That's usually what happens. Yeah. Other stuff like maybe overspray. Whatever, you know. I like to make stuff, you see. And but anyway, Debbie, she passed away and that, and she got rectum cancer, and then it sort of spread through her body, and she had lots of different treatments for a while. It went on for quite a while actually. And, it's obviously very sad, but I think to myself, is this partially self-inflicted? I couldn't have helped, you know. We need to be pulling away from all these poisons. Because that's what they are. You know, half these things they're full of flipping solvents for a start. You're not going to go and, I don't know, go to B&Q and buy yourself some white spirit and coat yourself in that, are you? No. That's toxic. Unless you told me it was just like white paraffin, but mate, think like these shampoos and stuff like that. They have sodium lauryl sulfate. That stuff is pretty much when it was first developed, and it's the foaming agent in most shampoos and soaps, liquid soaps and stuff like that. That stuff was developed originally as garage, floor cleaner for garages, to dissolve oil. Sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, just nuts. We're dousing ourselves in chemistry. Even the shirt that I'm wearing, that's going to have toxins in it. Oh, this is an eco shirt, mine, but you've got the dyes and stuff like that. They're going to be toxic. You've got houses full of formicas and plastics. They give off gas. It's just mad. I can't remember the name of the gas now. What's the gas? Formaldehyde. That's it. Formaldehyde. Yeah. It's nuts. We wonder why people are getting ill. And cancer rates go up. And then obviously we're not eating very well. Too much processed food, unfortunately. Yeah. Scrolling down. What's wrong with olive oil? Nothing wrong with olive oil. Olive oil's good. But don't put it in your spa. No. I read about people having emotional affairs with the chat. My God, really? So Casper Northern has said here, right, in the chat. He's saying, I read about people having emotional affairs with ChatGPT thing in The Guardian, and the other day it was in the lifestyle section. Oh, that's a little strange. That's not, I could see it being. I could see there being an addiction, because you could kind of ask all sort of questions, and there could be the addiction to what the response is going to be, I suppose. But the idea is, you have this emotional connection with machine learning. It's not artificial intelligence. It's not sentient. Effectively, it's just a giant plagiarism machine. That's what it effectively is. Sat nav, I'll use it with what? Sat nav, I'll use it with clothing. I cover the 3 parts like the face and arms and limit sun exposure. It's the best way to do it. Just a shirt, a loose shirt, because you get a bit of neck protection then. Use gloves when cleaning dry lint. Do you know what? Actually, you at SatNav, you've got a real good point there, actually. You get those tumble dry, and you got the filter in there, and you take it out, and whatever, you get all that stuff. It's all fluffy. It's all like soft and fluffy, and what have you. And you think what that must contain? Obviously, it's going to contain, obviously, stuff that's been left over by the washing machine that hasn't, cleaned it, what have you. But it's also going to contain little deposits of like SatNav is saying, like microplastics. But what about the toxins that don't get washed away and end up just being, through the heat and that, through the tumble dry, end up getting sort of blown away? It's got all sorts of stuff in it. A bit like me. I've been on the roof again today, pulling off the roof tiles on our barn because I need to sort the roof out because it's knackered on our little barn. Oh my little Wally dog, he needs a wee. I'm just gonna let my dog out. Do you need a wee, Wally? Oh, I'm back. Yeah. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? We surround ourselves with all this stuff, and it's sort of, on its own, it's probably not even an issue, but progressive, as in again, and keep exposing ourselves. It's like that in the Knoxall 9. If you're a bit frisky and you into safe sex and all that, you think of those condoms. It's covered in that goo, and it's that Knoxall 9. What's that? It's a spermicide. What's that? A pesticide? You're putting over your penis. Ugh. I'm like, what? That explains a lot. Plastics are everywhere, says Smith. You're not wrong. And forever chemicals, PFAs, polyfluoroalkyls, and that. Oh, crikey, those things. Basically, DuPont and what have you, and Teflon. They're likely to get sued big time eventually, I reckon. I could see some big lawsuits there, a bit like what's going on with glyphosate. The weed killer. But yeah, I can see all sorts of stuff happening over the years, and people wise up to it and realise that they've been poisoned. We need to get all natural. That's what we need to do. We all need to be naturists. Go around naked. But then you'll get sunburnt bits. All your tips will be burnt. Yeah, don't do that. No. I know my mouse has stopped working again. Oh my God, this is driving me insane. what's going on in my clip? Oh, it's back again. I've got a stutter. I've got a mouse that's stuttering. I'll put it closer. Oh, that's why. Aha. Okay. And forever chemicals. I use cotton and other natural fibres, says Joe. Best idea. Yeah. Home from the cotton fields back home. And I'm allergic to a lot of synthetic fibres, which is a blessing in disguise. Yeah, polyesters, and there's a lot of polyesters. Sea salt now has traces. Microplastics are flipping everywhere, literally everywhere. Pollution is poisonous, yet largely uncosted. And what the hell are we going to do with it? How the hell are we going to rectify it? They are trying schemes at the moment where they're trying to clean the oceans to collect the plastics. Thanks, DuPont. Yes, says Smith, yeah. We must reach out to forever chemicals. We must reach. We're talking about EU reach, maybe. Possibly. Because quite frankly, the United Kingdom has buggered on that front. It's nuts. They haven't got access to the world's largest chemical database since Brexit. Absolutely madness. Australian topped the list as the least polluted country in the world. Probably the population size. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. But then you've got a population of 20 million. So the size of that flipping country with a population of 20 million. Yeah, it's diluted, I should imagine. It's very much diluted. Anyway, I've sidetracked somewhat, haven't I? I have. Very much so. I do that, you know. Can't help myself. So we had Ben Habib saying a load of blooming squid. And I think we possibly covered that, but we also got to think about mortgages and what have you. This brings sort of onto mortgages. Since, oh dear, this is not great because it's people are already suffering. They can't afford the rents because they're going through the roof, and the fact that obviously they can't get as much for their money because of inflation and what have you. And now house prices over the last 10 years, they're pretty much, well, double in the last 10 years. Now we had house price inflation of around 15%. It's actually flatlined now, as you know, which doesn't mean to say they're going to get cheap. It just means to say that they're destabilised. You know, but that could go negative. To be honest, that could go the other way, especially if they keep increasing interest rates. People won't be able to afford to buy a flipping house because we've now got the cost of mortgages going through the flipping roof, which, you know, it's inevitable, really, isn't it? There's not a lot we can really nothing we can do about it. It's just it's what happened. But you know, if they want to keep increasing interest rates to levels that we can't sustain, the government itself has their situation at the moment with the bond prices, what have you, and it. Oh, my dog again! Oh my God, aren't they a pain? That's fine. That's one dog. That's a Wally. Come on, Wally, have a treat. Wally can time. Come on, boy. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. Oh. So homeowners with, say, for instance, a £300,000 mortgage could see the annual payments rise by $13,200. How the hell are people going to sustain that? And this was published on the 15th of June. It's actually in the LBC. I'll show you. There we go. Look. Oh, now it's too big. Oh, I can never get it right, can I? Oh, go that way there. And then we'll bring it back over here. Oh, there we are. Yeah. So, homeowners with a £300,000 mortgage could see annual payments rise by $13,200 by the end of the year. Well, with interest rates going the rate they are, you know, I think the average 2-year fixed rate mortgage at the moment is around 5.8, 5.9% being offered. Now, some people are quite lucky in that who might be able to roll over, if they're moving, roll over existing 5-year schemes that they've got. That some banks are still allowing that. And I know that because that's what's happened to my son. That could change, though. That could change. Now, mortgage lenders have been raising their rates, with some even withdrawing entire deals, making it even harder for people to get on the property ladder. Now, there's more predictions have been coming in that the Bank of England could hike the interest rates to 6%. Well, actually, they said by the third quarter. Actually, they're saying, no, 6%. Sorry, that's 5% by the third quarter, isn't it? Sorry. So by the end of the year, it could be as much as 6%. Now, when my dear wife bought her first house, her interest for her mortgage was 15%. But now, you know, you can't. Well, to be fair, you can't make that comparison because house prices back there were more manageable in relationship to people's wages. Now, but today, that house that she bought for, well, that's 15% interest rate, and it was also cost her, what was it? It was about 15, 16, no, 17,000 it was, this house. And it was a little mid-terrace house that she bought with her ex-husband. Horrible piece of work he was, oh my God. That's what you got my E now, because I'm special. But anyway. And she bought this house, and, but let's say it's 17,000, sorry. But that equivalent house now, it costs you around 200,000. And the mortgage rate at 6%, it's not manageable because people's wages haven't increased at the same rate at the, but basically it was a real terms pay cut, really, isn't it? That's what they keep telling us. Well, on Tuesday, at the HSBC, they withdrew one of its mortgage offers from the market, and the second time the banking giant has done so in a week, with subsequent deals offering higher rates. They ain't got no choice. How else are they going to be paying what? Like Lloyds Bank, for instance, their chief executive is paid about 3.7 million a year. Yeah, bit greedy, I would say. Meanwhile, Coventry building site said it plans to suspend residential and buy-to-let deals, and it comes as warnings from the Chancellor, Jeremy Hunt, that the interest rates must rise if it means bringing down inflation. This is just nuts. They've been increasing the interest rates, but we haven't seen any benefit of it. It hasn't done anything yet because all it's done is make people's lives harder. Because they're not dealing with the real issues. And he keeps going on about, if you pay people more money, it will fuel inflation. Like the nurses, don't pay them because, you're increasing inflation. It isn't the nurses, it's dead money is the problem. Dead money. Money that's getting paid to bigwigs. Rich buggers.
I think it's rather uplifting.
Yeah. Rich buggers who, quite frankly, don't spend that money. Well, they don't spend it in the UK. They just offshore it somewhere, don't they? As you can see in the Pandora Papers. Well, Hunt said there's no alternatives, because to be fair to Hunt, back again, that is really the only tool, monetary policy in the sense of increasing interest rates to inhibit your spending, is the only tool that they've got. You either increase it or you decrease it. To encourage spending or to hamper spending. Because it's also going to affect, obviously, credit cards, all sorts of stuff. You see, everything's going to become more expensive. Now, some people, they've already got very high interest rates on their loan deals, what have you, and they just can't sustain. It's not sustainable for people. Especially with, they're not seeing their wages increase. We are going to be seeing a lot of repossessions. Now, Mr. Hunt said that we understand there is real pressure on families. This is rhetoric, with mortgages on businesses, with loans, etc., as interest rates go up. It isn't just pressure. Sometimes there's enough to send them under. They've already had the pressure of COVID and obviously Brexit and stuff like that. And now they get this. And obviously energy prices. Can't get away from that, obviously. He says, in the end, there's no alternative to bringing down inflation if you want to see consumer spending and if you want to see businesses investing. Increasing interest rates does not increase spending. No. It means you don't go on holiday. It means you don't go and buy yourself a new car. It means you don't spend money. You don't buy things on frivolous stuff or stuff you don't need because you're a bit more careful about how you spend your money. Oh, it's my dog. He's going to make all noises now. Oh, it's my dear wife. Hello, darling. You right? Yeah. Dogs have been suffering today. They've been really hot today. They have, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's bad. You want a treat? Door's outside in a minute. Oh, what's that? Sebastian. Hey, my little boy. He went very... Oh, there you go. Yeah, fella. He went very well today, were you? No, his legs give way and he's got heart problems, you see. Getting too hot. Struggling to keep him cool. Oh, Wally. There you go. Can I get on now? Don't look at me like that. Oh, he's giving me big puppy dog eyes. Well, things are... It feels... Everything feels negative at the moment. It really does. It will be because of Brexit, probably. But there you go. So interest rates risen by the Bank of England is expected, and the figure currently stands at 4.5%. But as you can see, that progression there. You know, we had a little bit ups and downs, as you go. Interest rates, monetary policy, they bring down interest rates. It's after the vote in 2016. Yeah. Because the Bank of England governor at the time, Mark Carney, decided that's what we've got to do to try and maintain the status quo. And now we're seeing this progressive deterioration in the United Kingdom. So another interest rate rise by the Bank of England is expected, with a figure currently standing at 4.5%. Now, research by a broker, LC Mortgages, shows that the rate rises have already added £9,564 a year for homeowners with a standard variable rate mortgage of £300,000. Now, increasing interest rates to 6% would mean homeowners with SVR mortgages of £300,000 face paying variable rate mortgages. Standard variable rate mortgage of £300,000 face paying an extra £1,000 £1,103 a month compared to 18 months ago. That is considerable. Oh, got Mervyn King. Well, he used to be the previous bank manager. He was before Mark Carney. He was alright, I suppose, but I actually really like Mark Carney. I think he was logical. That comes after the former Bank of England Governor Mervyn King told LBC that the stickier than inflation seems to be, the central banks, including the Bank of England, may be forced into taking tougher action to bring it down. We're going to be set if they go above 6%. At 6%, we're going to be seeing so many repossessions. People can't sustain that. They really can't. It's going to be so sad to see. Very worrying. So the annual mortgage repayments are set to rise. Considerable, but yeah, it's very worrying actually. You know, I've got kids, got mortgages and stuff, and I think, oh God, Bennett, you know, you think about moving, are you? Renewing your mortgage? Luckily, it's been rolled over, but you think, oh, this is dangerous. You end up in a situation of negative equity. Oh my giddy aunt, Smith says, quasi-quatain. Kamikaze Quasi, Kamikaze Quatain. He was his MP, you poor bugger. He was useless. Oh my God. In cahoots with Chris Spinodi from Chris Spinodi, Finance Management Group, whatever they call themselves. But yeah, he got suspended by his own company through advances, inappropriate behaviour towards women. Yeah. Taking our women and our children or something. Taking our jobs and our women. That's the one, yeah. But yeah, there we go.
Coming over here, taking our jobs and our women.
So yeah, and he was advising, Kamikaze Quatain was advising Chris Spinodi, and Chris Spinodi, well, they shook their hands, they had a bit of a party together, made shitloads of money for crashing the economy. While other people flat on their faces and the pensions got buggered, the Bank of England had to sell a whole load of bonds. Luckily, I think about 20 billion in the end they sold in the end. But it was what could have been as much as 80 billion. Enough not crashing the economy. And then they got the cheek to tell us, oh, that wasn't that bad after all. Tell that to the people who can't flip them or they've got a pension that isn't worth anything now. Mad. We're supposed to just suck up, you see. Just suck it up. Like it's not, it's not a problem. I just find these people disgusting. I really find them absolutely disgusting. Now, meanwhile, with everything going on, as a bit of a, change of topic, water is a major issue. And it's not just in Italy and places like that who's are finding that, the rivers are running running dry. No. We even got the Isle of Skye. They got water scarcity. I can't even say it now. Oh my god, it's wrong with me. Yeah, emergency action on the Isle of Skye amid water scarcity affairs. Yeah. So, emergency action is to be taken to maintain water supplies on Skye as the dry weather continues. The Scottish Water has been given special permission to install more pipes to safeguard supplies to the village of Broadford. The environment body, SEPA, has said it's all areas of Scotland are now experiencing some degree of scarcity. We're talking about Scotland. Up there. I've got another dog now who wants to go outside. Sebastian's turn. Oh, fella. Oh, come on, Tory, here you go. Pandora. So now I've got Pandora. Oh my god, it's one after the other. They're playing tag. Oh, the dogs are playing tag. There you go. Dora, you want a treat with baby girl. There you go, darling. Pandora, yeah, what's that? Come on, then, you got to come up. You got to try. Oh. Up. No? You're not going to come up? She don't want to jump. A fat body like mine, that's it. Oh, body like that. Well, anyway, let's check the chat before I get too carried away. We need to check our own tap water soon. I don't trust English water companies. I wouldn't. Now, my daughter, Yasmin, she'd a friend, not her, but a friend done a test on the water, and they found it was high in nitrates, dangerously high in nitrates. So that ain't very good. That's tap water. I don't know if she did an E. coli test though, because we're all well water here, so we test our water regular. Hello, Jeremy Goff. I hope you're well. Oh, wrong mouse. Scrolling down. Corsical Time was led by donkeys. He was entrapped. He was, along with Bat and Uncock and that other geezer, a few others. Yeah, that's hilarious. I think they're going to like some sort of interview, you see, to earn crazy amounts of money. Matt Hancock wants 15 grand a day. It's nuts. Never been in Plymouth, apparently, says Smith. You think you had it bad, Smith? Well, C. Hawfrey was my TD. Oh no, CJ Howie. Some years later, Jerry or Gorry Adams was my TD. TD, what's a TD? What's a TD? Is it a disease? Anyway, I wish Quasimodo would retire back to the bell tower. I wish he would too. He should do, shouldn't he? Hello, we should judge MPs on how they are in their constituencies. Half of them don't do surgeries, do they? Most of the MPs don't bother doing anything. You're not trying to tell me Nadine Dorries did. We know Boris Johnson did. There again, the one that did, he's going to get stabbed, didn't he? So maybe that's why they didn't. Oh, there. Matt, I was on Ginger Island at the time. Can't remember the name of the guy now. Anyway, he got stabbed in surgery. Yeah. Massive regulation and a nationalisation coming. What, under Labour? Maybe. We definitely need nationalisation. Privatisation hasn't worked, has it? No. Oh, anyway, did I miss some... I think I missed some chats. Sorry, I do apologise. Chats. Here we go. Satnav, cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Oh, Maggie Pye says, Tory common sense is like Scottish saltwater crocs. Lovely. Cool. Cheers, Satnav. Well, where are we? There we go. There we go. We're back into the chat again. There we go. Oh, there. Oh, these special buttons instead of all this scrolly lark. Kieran O'Connell TD is an Irish MP. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. So what does that stand for? You know. What does it stand? What does it actually stand for? TD. Obviously, you've got Taoiseach. Is Waddy's trying to get a treat that's rolled behind the my missus' desk over there. Oh, what did the dog say? Oh, I know. Storms here are horrible. In my hometown, inland people die of it. Oh, God. A friend of mine and his dad was struck by lightning in a dry storm and died. We're here in this area of France that we're in. We're in a bit of a low-lying pocket, and we've got trees and trees. We have got trees, but we're in a bit of a dip. So we're in a bit of a microclimate here. So it's very hard to predict what our weather's going to be. But when we do get a tempest, a little twister and what have you, that can be absolutely devastating. And I'll tell you, I'll kid you not, we get hailstones like that. That's a hailstone. It's melting in my hands. No, it's not. Okay, it's a crystal, but yeah, quartz. But yeah, we do get hailstones the size of golf balls and bigger. Smashes your cars to pieces. They end up looking like a golf ball, like an orange peel. It's all dented. Corsican should be sent to them barges with leaky suit. Oh, crikey, shouldn't they, just? Keel haul, the bagger's ice says. Well, that was mellow. And Chatty Rat. It's a... Oh, my God. It's a tish cadal? Is it like a tacadal? I don't know. Oh, okay, cheers that. Heatwave forecast next week, I believe. Oh, crikey. It is going to be hot then. I don't know about here. I don't know the forecast here. I'm quite glad actually
so, you
for a
have
bit of heat because I
truth.
took the tiles off the roof. Not this roof, but the roof of the barns. And I don't want the heavy rain washing our walls out and damaging the walls, as it does when it rains. Needs protection of a roof, you see. Cheers, Galaxy Fur. Thank you very much. Just logged on, so hi, he says. I don't know if you're he or she. I haven't got a clue. Should I call you person? Well, just logged in, so hi. The federal interest rates here in the US are between 5 and 5.23% currently as well. Also, the inflation rate fell to 4%. But you haven't got Brexit, have you? We've got a massive supply chain, as in issue in the sense of people. We don't have the people to do the work. We've got 1.3 million job vacancies. It's nuts. It's crazy. Galaxy Fair, got a question for you. Are these interest rates, they're recent interest rates, so the Federal Reserve, they increased interest rates as well, didn't they? What were they before the inflation started kicking in? So their interest rates have risen, rose to between 5 and 5.25%, and as a result, their inflation, normally that's what happened in the UK, but you've got to look at the causes. We need to just let my other dog in now. Oh, God. Come on, you. They're all in now. They're all here. Well, not all here, but they're all, with me. Well, one's in the living room, in the lounge. So it's all a bit mad. Dala. I don't necessarily know how to speak the language very well. Oh, there we go. Maggie Pie, hello. Nitrates from all that raw sewage is probably what's killing off sharks and the rest of the fish. Well, they're mammals, aren't they? But, God. The whole system is shite. That's number 3. Well, you're trying to booze the system. Now you've got your spanner. Well, yeah, that is very much so. It's just, I find it really sad. I actually do. I know I joke and jest about this sort of stuff, but I do actually find it all really, really sad and depressing. And I just want the world to be a better place. I really do. You know, I don't want people to be fighting with each other, and it's tiresome. It really is tiresome, the way people are behaving and the stuff that's coming out of their mouths. It's not just offensive, a lot of it, obviously, but it's just ridiculous. There's no logic behind it whatsoever. And when I saw Liz Webster from Save British Farming, wow, what flipping hell. And that was ridiculous. It was... I'll share it with you in a moment. Oh, crikey, that's Nadine Dorries. Got my little list up there, stuff what yeah. So, that's Carney, that's economic, that's Ukraine. And now I can't find it. Well, hang on, there's one. I found it. I have. Yeah, I found it. Well. Oh my God. These people, I'll tell you. Well, Liz Webster, she was quite happy to go on I'll Talk TV, that she was, to speak to Kev on Talk TV. Oh my God, and Bennett. Oh, what's his name? Kevin, what's Kevin O'Sullivan, that's it. Kevin O'Sullivan. Oh, God, he's another Mike Graham. Oh my God, he's such an idiot. I can understand why people watch these programmes, though, like Talk TV, because they're just hilarious in many ways. It's so ridiculous. What on earth are you saying? I'll share it with you in a minute, you'll see. But anyway, do you want to talk about food and farming, and obviously the European Union and how that's, you know, the Brexit is, you know, welcome to the Brexit, sir. Yeah. Oh, crikey.
Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Yeah, and how it's caused massive problems for the farming industry, even though many farmers actually voted for it. And well, Brexit faith, she says, got in the way of comprehending reality, and it still is actually, and how that's the world actually works. Oh, these people. Well, Liz Webster, she isn't a Brexiter, and she's a farmer. And she's trying to fight to help farmers recover from this flipping disaster. It's destroying their business. And also our food security in the United Kingdom. Because without, obviously, farmers and what have you, you're not going to have food security. We can't keep importing stuff constantly. You can't. We can try. But you're not going to have no food security. And when you get times of war and stuff like that, and I know we haven't had a war, blah, 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 when we were in the EU. But anyway, things are looking quite dodgy at the moment, aren't they? Quite frightening. We've considered what's going on in Russia, and Vladimir Putin has decided that, he probably ordered, Belarus, Belarusia, to accept some nuclear, some missiles. Threat to the West, again. Well, let's see what she had to say. And this is on... Okay, I'm not going to say play it all. I might do, say how it goes. But we'll see.
British food. She's campaigning against current agriculture and trade bills. Her name is Liz Webster. Hello, Liz.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us. This is sounds like a sort of return to the old days where we used to have these kind of rows. As I understand, I was just explaining it, that basically the EU has suddenly upped the amount of fruit it's going to require British jam and marmalade and the like to contain. And this could be pretty disastrous for British manufacturers. Tell us what's going on.
Let's get this straight for a second. They're talking about the amount of fruit in jams that enter the EU market. So, of course, the EU have got a right to suggest, that, to insist on this, because, I don't know about you, I actually like to have fruit in my jam. That's why we make our own.
Well, look, the EU is led by decisions which are made in the EU Parliament, and they're driven to drive up standards. But it was always the case that in leaving the club that we were a member of, that we had a vote on those laws, meant that we lost sovereignty.
Sovereignty? But we left the European Union so we could get our sovereignty.
It's a bit like Tasmania leaving Australia, deciding to trade with Britain. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. It doesn't make any sense. It's bonkers. And
did you just say bonkers?
In leaving that club, we've got no control over what comes. And so not liking the rules that come through was never a good reason to leave. But ultimately, having less sugar in jam is a very good thing because of obesity, as we all know, is a crisis.
Increasing the fruit doesn't necessarily mean you can have less sugar in the jam. If sugar is the preservative, and they're talking about increasing the amount of fruit, which will also increase the sugar. Some jams, for instance, require a lot less sugar than other jams because they have a high sugar content.
And our issue being out of the EU has been catastrophic for farming. We've lost our subsidies, we've lost our labour, and we've lost free trade with our biggest market.
What's the solution to this then, Liz? That we rejoin?
Well, the solution for food absolutely is that we need to free up trade with our biggest market again. The government have failed to ensure that British food is actually being produced, or enough of it is being produced. And there are new import checks that are going to come in for goods from Europe, which is good in one way because we've been disadvantaged as British farmers in that we've had the red tape and our European competitors have not. But what this means is that because British food has largely collapsed, it means that we're going into a winter of food crises, which will mean inflation soars even further and the food shortages get greater. So it's good that we're talking about jam and focusing on food and focusing on Europe because
it's going to be like Jacob Rees-Mogg. Jam instead of fish.
Because we need Europe to feed us. They provide, just under half of the food that we eat.
Wait a second.
Well, I would say it's probably more than that. To be fair, she's actually saying more than what the government says. The government says it's around 30-40%. Yeah, the UK imports food. That's not. She's saying there's just under half our food in the United Kingdom is imported. I would say it's actually higher than that because the fact they don't account for the fact that much of the food that's been produced in the United Kingdom is imported first. The ingredients. We grow so little in the UK. We really do.
Though, I mean, they're changing the goalposts. Why are they doing this? Why are they suddenly saying you've got to have more fruit in? It's because they want to punish us for Brexit, isn't it?
Just a second.
Kipper.
Oh my giddy arm.
No, that's
why are they suddenly saying it?
Because they're actually looking after their citizens.
What? Never. It's a totalitarian organisation. And the Queen is a lizard. Oh, the late Queen was a lizard. Past tense. Anyway.
The rules in the EU are about protecting our citizens.
What about our citizens?
Well, we should care about our citizens. I'm delighted, as I said, that there is a drive to up standards.
Come on, just a second. Did you just say, what about our citizens? Do you think the European Union is as bothered about our citizens as they are about their own citizens? Which happens to include me.
To do something and fight obesity.
But this is called. Wait a second, Liz. Wait a second. This is going to cause horror for British manufacturers.
Hello, we're dealing with Brexit. That is a horror show. I mean, just ask any food
we better get used
who's trying to export to Europe.
We better get used to it.
Why? We are trying to get used to it. The people that have really suffered are the smaller producers who export, and a lot of them have either
and this is terrible for smaller producers. This is classic Brussels punishing smaller producers in Britain because of Brexit. Isn't it? Why have they suddenly done this? Why have they suddenly done this?
Because they exist to make their...
No. They've done it to screw Britain up, to screw up British jam manufacturers. They're being deliberately difficult, like they always were and always will be.
Oh, my God. She's in hysterics, isn't she? You can't believe what things he's saying. This is so ridiculous. He's completely a nut job. He really is a nut job. Anyway, before I carry on with that, I just want to check the chat. And I saw that, did you guarantee for... Oh, cheers, my friend. Federal interest rates were very similar to the United Kingdom there. Between 0 and 0.25% pre-pandemic. So, yeah, pretty much in the same boat then. And the United States started raising interest rates a little before the UK did. Well, that's the other argument about this, and I've said this before in various videos, that because Andy Haldane, he fell out with Bailey, the current Bank of England governor. He was one of the economists in the Bank of England, was Andy Haldane. And he said back then, which was over 2 years ago now, he said, we must start increasing interest rates now. The writing's on the wall, basically. And we didn't. And as such, we're, raising the interest rates to levels now that don't really make a difference. Now, like Galaxy Fur said in his previous super chat, he said that, that the actual interest rates have come down. Sorry, in fact, it's come down to 4% now. So it was effective, but it was done before the UK, a little bit before. But also, you haven't got Brexit to deal with, so yeah. So the inflation rate fell to 4% because of increasing the interest rates. So and they were 0 to 0.25% before the pandemic. So that makes sense. But you haven't got this flippin' block that we've got, as in Brexit, and it's just hammering our productivity. What productivity? Oh, anyway, we're back in the chat. There we go. All my kitty helps, people there. Hello, Greg Davey. Lettuce is the true PM. Well, Liz Truss was beaten by that lettuce, that she was. I have to admit, that was really funny. Was it the Daily Sport or something? Or Sunday Sport? Anyway, who did a live cam of a rotting lettuce. That was genius. So simple, but absolutely genius. Talk about putting yourself on the map. And now she's going to be known for the rotten lettuce. Yeah. Well, she's the rotten lettuce. Yeah, this guy is such a... And yes, he is. Most definitely. I have Brussels sprouts in my garden. What, already? Or you put the plants in? Or you actually got the sprouts? Well, I ain't got any of them. I love Brussels. Do what? Brussels sprouts. Some people hate them, don't they? Because they've got that strong taste. But if you roast Brussels sprouts, the sugars all come and they crystallise. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I love roasted Brussels sprouts. And also, they don't make you fart. Not if you roast them. They're saying that I like them, just boiled Brussels sprouts. Put a little cross on the top and some salt in them and have it. Absolutely delicious. I love them. Jerry Goff says, but we won the war. On our own. I don't think so. No. Obviously, he's mocking. Blessed are the jam makers. Veclo's selling a low-grade jelly, masquerading as jam in a jar. That's pretty much it. You use fruit juice, a bit of pectin and some sugar, and then you got your jelly. Now my dear Mrs. Caroline, she likes making jams and stuff like that, and jellies and stuff. And with the jam, what she does because our raspberries are a lot of them, but they're quite small. They always have been. But every little knobbly bit is basically seed in there. What you don't want is crunchy jam. So you've still got the same amount of seeds, even though they're small. You get crunchy jam. So what she does is she puts in half and half. She strains some, and then you still get a bit of seed in there, and a bit of texture that way. But then anyway, get the pips out. Yeah, we've got a funny little machine thing. And we've got the other one as well. Yeah, why do you want to go that way? Doing our tomatoes, take the skins and stuff off, and leave the goo. Passata. I have to admit, I love stuff out of the garden, and I love the whole process of it as well. But it's a lot of work, though. Yes, we won the war. I'm praying. Oh, who's praying? Back up, there you go. Standardised jam. You can't really standardised jam. You just got to think you got to have it kind of, it's got to be as it was years ago, really. You know what I mean? So get nostalgic and what have you. You will have fruit in it, not just pulp. Fruit juice, maybe. Ugh. I'm praying for the poor English jam makers who now need to put more fruit in their jam. That'd be funny, but if you had a jar of jam, it costs like 5-10p more or something silly like that. But at least, I'll tell you what, people buy it because it's I want a bit more of that. Even if it is a blue and white stripy Tesco's value or something, it's just nuts. We've got this habit now of eating substandard food. And it's the same here in France, for instance, in the supermarkets. The food quality
you have accepted
you can't
the
compare
truth.
that to what you produce yourself. Growing your own food is the answer. But also, think of it like this way. I have mentioned this before, I know. But if you grow a tomato, it means there's going to be another tomato for somebody else to be able to buy who can't grow a tomato. So if you've got food shortages and that, you're helping people to feed themselves. Inadvertently. You're stuffing a tomato in your face, it means you're not buying one that somebody else can't get to buy. Might be. Don't necessarily have to be tomato. It could be a turnip if you'd like. Sorry, I'm mischievous, I can't help it. Anyway, so I have Brussels sprouts. You've got to have your sprouts, when harvesting the sprout, when you harvest it, they'll be usually in the winter time. I suppose we normally harvest ours. Boris would have been sanctioned from Parliament for longer than Truss was PM. Yeah, most definitely. Oh my God. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. He's going to be shouting from the sidelines constantly via his Daily Mail column. Yeah, or talking about the fact that he's addicted to prescription weight loss drugs and he's a druggie, that's it. And there's 11 o'clock where we eat chorizo and cheese. 11 o'clock. My black raspberries don't last long. The birds love them. But we've got these big old black raspberries. I can't remember what variety they are now. They're a bit like a blackberry. And they're huge. But they're like they're big. Anyway. Well. So these big black raspberries that we have, they're Faunus variety. They're quite sour. But oh my God, they make fantastic jam. And it's the best jam to put in Greek yogurt. Remember the Muller corners? That sort of stuff, I mean, with the sour jam with the yogurt. I do like that. I do fancy one though. I haven't got any. There you go. We have got yogurt and we have got jam. The Daily Star was okay. That was the Rotting Lettuce was the Daily Star. That was a genius move on their part. Simple ideas are always the best, You don't have to vote anymore. You get left. You don't have a vote anymore. You left. Get over it. Nope, we don't. In the UK, we no longer have a vote. What goes in the EU? No, about how much jam. How much jam? How many strawberries are in a jar of jam? It's just nuts. And he's trying to twist it around. The EU has been nasty. Oh, the nasty European Union. Oh, they've been horrible to us. Poor little us. Yeah.
That is ludicrous.
No, it's not. Well, why have they done it then?
France is the biggest jam producer.
Explain to me why they've done it now.
And so why do they care about British jam producers when we left the European Union?
Well, why have they done it now?
Because they're carrying on with life, which is about looking after their citizens
punishing
and fighting
Britain
obesity.
For Brexit, which is about.
No.
I don't. What has obesity in Brussels got to do with Britain? Why are we supposed to respect that?
We can't pick up Britain and move ourselves to the Pacific. We are in Europe. We're part of Europe.
No, we're not. We left.
Well, but you're moaning about what they're doing, so we haven't left. And we can't leave because we rely on them for food. And this is the circle that you can't square, or the square you can't circle.
Do you really want to be? Do you want to be in chains this much to Brussels? Oh, we rely on them for our food. We need them. Is this really how you want to live your life, Liz?
He's a nutter. He's an absolute crazy. He really is. We'll get back to him in a minute. I'm just going to check the chat. Oh my God. So he's complaining because UK producers are going to have to put more fruit in their jam to be able to sell it into the EU market, which is their market, not our market. It's like what he's saying is that he's expecting the EU to fall over, or EU member states to fall over, and accept our substandard jams, such as don't forget also that our honey is also substandard. It's been found to have other stuff in it. Excess sugar and added, and it's not necessarily honey. They set the rules for the benefit of the people that they, supposed to represent. Isn't that what they're supposed to do? Anyway, we'll chat. I was going to chat, wasn't I? Oh, dear, there we go. This is just nuts. Someone say, "Oh my God!" Oh my dear. Oh, do you know what? He's paid a lot of money. But no wonder. Actor from TV. Talk TV. He's losing about 35 million a year. He's losing money left, right and centre. Same with GB News, which, Talk TV is funded by Keith Rupert Murdoch, News Corp, and then, Fox, Fox News and all that. And then you got the other one. Oh my God, GB News. And that's funded by a company in the Saudi Arab Emirates. There's only one reason why these people are funding that is because they're trying to control narratives. But you can't control narratives with ridiculous statements. It doesn't work. Just people laugh at you because you look like an idiot. It's like Mike Graham with "You can grow concrete." Flip hell. God's sake. Oh. Poor little older Kevin O'Sullivan. He feels so, how to put it, suppressed by the EU and their requirements for how many strawberries in your jam, or something like that. Blimey. Flippin' nutter. The police have helicopters, oh, do they? Fox News. I eat peanut butter that has one ingredient. What? Are you going to tell me? Is it peanuts? Do you have any palm oil in your peanut butter? What about your Nutella? Is that palm oil? Oh, apparently it is. Okay. I know those ULEZ tickets will be causing a jam soon, says Bird. Hello there, Birdness. Rat Fest. Oh dear. Well, that's the name of the half. I have to admit, I do love some of these handles. Yeah. So I know that ULEZ tickets. Oh my God, that's another thing, isn't it? Oh, I understand why people are really distressed about it, but I never had to understand why it has to be done. Yet other people say, "Oh, it's just about the money." I don't think it is, to be honest. Obviously, it's going to gain some funds, but also it'll inhibit trade as well. So you might lose out on the other hand. But don't forget there's a huge amount of subsidies as well being offered regarding, car scrappage schemes and stuff like that. None of that stuff's free. But there you go. If I was living in the era, I think I'd be quite thankful for it. In the fact that it's working towards getting cleaner air, because the air in London is flippin' dire. Horrid. I can remember when I went going around there. Oh, where was I? Well, there's last 3 years ago. Anyways, and to Covent Garden and various places around there. It's a bit of a trip. And it just feels dirty. Not physically dirty, but just the air and everything just feels dirty. And there's lots of people. Yeah, they walk about, they walk around you. And some of them are Brexiters. Not so much in London, mind, but they're still there. Yeah. I believe pigs can fly, and Brexit will be a success. Now, can you remember, if anybody's seen... Oh, God, crikey. Has anybody seen or heard LBC Radio with James O'Brien when a guy phoned up and he said, "You've got to believe," he said, trying to justify Brexit. "You just got to believe in Brexit. Got to believe, yeah." And James O'Brien said, "I suppose if you jumped out of an aeroplane, you'd believe that you could fly in the..." And the guy basically, a bit like what Graham was growing concrete. This geezer, he said, "Yes. Just got to believe. Unicorns." All because of bent bananas. That's what I blame. It's all about the bent bananas, you see. Yeah. Gotta blame somebody. Tasty pesticide residue honey. I know. Oh, my giddy aunt. And we've got other problems at the moment as well. In the EU, for instance, it probably means to be the same for the UK as well, with imported grain, especially the grain that enters food production from Ukraine, is containing excessive amounts of toxins. Obviously, pesticides and stuff and that as well. But certain toxins, it's not, no, it's not great. There's no one checking that, you see. You might get samples, but you could defraud that. You know, you could be fraudulent with the samples. Because what normally happens, like for instance, even here in France, what happens, say for instance, there's a corn crop, maize, and before harvest, so they can get a price for, based on the quality of their maize, they harvest a bit around the outside edge, the perimeter. That is then basically a percentage of the crop, which then they take to get a price, basically. Value my maize. And they'll take samples, you know, it could be a lorry load, you know, big old trailer load. And then the rest of the crop would be valued on the basis of that. But let's say, for instance, you went and cropped the other field, which has been done with all these toxins and pesticides. You know, it could be easily be defrauded. You could trick people. Lovely pesticides. Mello says he's been smashing coconuts with his head again. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. He's been doing something, that he has. Believe! Just got to believe, like Peter Pan. Just believe. Oh. Rory never liked Boris, and for a good reason. Well, you talk about Rory Stewart. Yeah. He's still a Tory mind, but at least it's, you know, some of the Tories actually, you know, you might not like their policies or what they stand for, but some of them had morals. You know, they believed in stuff, and not just to believe, but actually believed in a certain amount of logic. You can see where they're coming from. You know, the Ken Clarks, the Michael Heseltines, ones that are talking a bit of sense now. You know, Michael Heseltine pipes up about Brexit regularly, doesn't he? And for this lot we got in cabinet, and obviously their accolades and the rest of the Tory MPs, they're just flipping nutcases.
So, you have accepted the truth.
They really are just nutcases. So, yeah, it's frustrating. Forest fires in Canada are affecting global air. Do you know what's quite... That's not obviously funny, but on my woodworking site, I do through like Amazon links and stuff like that, and I get a little tiny payment and stuff, you know, a little commission on my blogs and videos and stuff like that. And because regarding those sort of channels, you're never going to make any money or get paid much from the views, because you never get many views. You know, it takes time and it's a slow progression. Anyway, I put links on there to Levoit air filters. I had some person from Canada who bought 4 of these Levoit, exactly the same one that we've got in our hall in there. 4 of them, and that was after those forest fires. I think it was last year, the year before. Yeah, all the smoke. They're good things, actually. You know, we've got them in our house. We've got a big old Levoit one in the hall that serves the lounge and hall and into the kitchen, and that thing comes on automatically. And because of the record player over there, you can't see it. Just below the records, yeah, Abbey Road and all that. There's that white thing there. That's also an air filter as well. Keep the dust levels down, you see, because I've got all the static going on in here, and it tracks a lot of dust. So while it's airborne, try and capture it. And they do help. They really do help. Definitely worth having. Yeah, global air quality, blimey. Oh, look what's happened. Was it New York? You know, it's black smoke. Be right back, must water my peanut tree. Oh, you better do that. That's a Doc Davies. You got a peanut tree? What? How you got a peanut tree? They're ground nuts. They go under. Oh dear. Do you know they believe that the Walkers at Lineker adverts that showed UK being dragged towards Caribbean islands? Oh my God, really? I won't be surprised. Oh, hoarding Canada. Oh, okay, says Perry. Gary Lineker for Culture and Sports Secretary. Could be better. Oh, God. Yeah. We had, what's her face do that? Yeah. Oh, my God, Therese Kofi. That was an oxymoron in itself, wasn't it? Good night, everybody. It's time to sack myself, says Sir Larry the Cat. You're sacked. You're fired. Do you know that they believe that Walker's linear ad... Oh, I've done that already. It's like arguing with a drunk gammon in the pub. Been there, done that. It's pointless. Yeah, absolutely pointless. We didn't have that smoke here, says Ginger's Giraffes, and the wind kept it away. Obviously, the wind was going the right way then. Keep eating those Brussels sprouts. Yeah, that's what I say. So, Joa says, just saying, yes. Oh, the point was just saying, say. Up you go. Just saying, Joa. Do you use food processors to chop your nuts? Oh, my God. Have a handful of my nuts. Well, oh, good night, Thomas. Thanks for coming. And Mellow says, I just want my Brexit. Yeah. Yeah, I think Roy Stewart's okay. Yeah, just give the peanuts a light smash in a cloth on the kitchen counter. Put the peanuts in and let it rip. And add a sip of peanut oil. Peanut butter. Hello, Dora. Pandora's here. It's time she wants another treat. It's whining at me. You have half one because you're getting fatter. Just like me. Where's Wally gone? Who's under there? Oh. Can I get it? Oh. There, Wally. He's under there. Right. There we come. Mela says, Bob Marley is right. We're jamming in the UK. Welcome to the Brexit. It's like arguing with a drunk gammon in the pub. Talk about drunk gammons. Well, not necessarily, I don't know if he's drunk. It's something seriously wrong. But I'll get to this one, guys, in a moment. Because I think we need to carry on with this Webster. Because this is just hilarious.
So this is the reality, okay? Winston Churchill said, actually, just after the war, 30 million people living on an island where we produce enough food for, say, 15 million is a spectacle of majesty and insecurity this country can ill afford. Food security is a very serious matter, and Brexit tore our food security apart. Our government was negligent. It has not looked after our food production here, and we're left very food insecure. So we face a choice, okay?
Who are you voting for
we
the
either
next
stop
election, Liz?
moaning about Brexit and what it's meant,
yeah,
or we actually face a food crisis and soaring hyperinflation as we go into this next winter. I mean, that's the real choice.
And we take on a subservient role to Brussels.
Food.
So we take on a subservient role to Brussels because we need them to feed us.
Brexit meant us losing sovereignty and becoming more subservient to Brussels. Yes. Reality is they're a much bigger market than us. Size matters. They're next to us. We need them to feed us. And that's the reality. That's what Brexit means.
No, we don't.
You know, sovereign... So where do you think we should get our food from?
We don't need them to feed us, Liz.
So who's going to feed us?
Honestly.
Australia?
I mean, you're like, what is the matter with you? Show a bit of independent spirit.
Independent spirit. Well, when you're hungry,
honestly.
Give me a call and we'll have a chat about, you know, the fact that you can't buy anything.
No one's ever going to be hungry. No one is ever going to be hungry in this country, and no one is ever going to have to worry about, should ever have to worry about, the idiots in Brussels changing their rules just to screw us up because of Brexit. It's obvious.
Do you really believe that in the EU Parliament they sit there going, oh, what can we do now?
Yes, I do. I do believe
Britain?
that. Yeah, I do. Next. honestly.
It's a shame. It's a shame that you won't...
Get rid of...
It's a shame that you won't...
Liz, escape from the shackles of your chains. Fly free. Be independent. Don't worry. We can survive without Brussels. We can make it, Liz. I know we can.
As food producers, we are completely and utterly dealing with the reality of Brexit. Many farms are going bust. Our food is shrinking like tomorrow. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
And when
we can rejoin, eh? Let's rejoin, shall we?
Well, when we're hungry,
What
people,
about the
and
majority
actually
of
polls
people?
already
What
show
about the
do
majority
want
of
to
people who
rejoin.
voted to leave? What about
In fact, majority of people, they want to rejoin.
them?
Well,
You don't
that
care what
was
they decide.
7 years ago. 7 years ago.
Oh, yeah, well, let's
and
forget
even
it then.
Nigel
Forget it.
Farage,
Forget it.
Even Nigel Farage
Oh,
has
God,
said
not
that
Nigel
Brexit
Farage.
has failed. Boris Johnson has actually been,
It's because we
has
haven't done
left
it
the political
properly.
arena in complete disgrace. He lied like no tomorrow. Brexit is on a bed of lies. Everything about it
Liz,
is
I didn't get you on to give me a Labour Party political broadcast, but thank you very much anyway. Liz, I've got to move on. Good luck with you and your friend Keir Starmer and all your European fronts. You go over to Brussels and you will bow down to them and say, please can I have some food? Please, can I have more, please? But good to talk to you, Liz. Thank you very much. That was Liz Webster, Euro fanatic. I'm with JJ Anasiobi. I'm Kevin O'Sullivan. This is Talk TV, live from the Talk Radio studios.
Oh my God! What can you say? He's a fucking loon. Oh, I just swore. Oh dear, I do apologise. Oh, he's a loon. That's me demonetised. Maybe, maybe not. Oh dear. Actually, playing that clip for so long probably demonetised me. But yeah, Tories don't get tasered, says. This man must be the son of Mike Graham, exactly the concrete farmer. Yeah. He is a loony. He certainly is. Maggie Pie says, if you can explain geography to is like teaching snakes to play the piano. I'm not sure that they have the anatomy necessary for the task. I tell you what, it's a bit like Liz Truss. She got a bit confused. About where the seas are in Russia. My God, she looked like a right old fool, didn't she? Oh my God. Oh my God. He's actually delusional. Literally saying, just believe. Exactly. He's a nutter. He's a complete and a nutter. I don't even know how long we've been live for, but don't forget, please click like and subscribe. And maybe that little bell icon, because then you get one buzzy pin in your pocket every time I upload another video. Maybe. And hopefully, when we get our new microphones on Tuesday, they should be coming. Hopefully, God, I can get my head around them that is as well. Me and my dear missus. Also, the missus have to realise that she's going to be live mic, open mic. So you can be careful what she says. I'll be picking every blooming thing up, including heavy breathing. Oh dear. And her talking to the dogs. Well, I'm hoping it's going to improve things anyway, because I've been doing those walkabout videos, like I said earlier, with the old gimbal and whatever, just with the phone in, just chatting with the missus and that, and they seem to be going down quite well. So we've got to practice it and try and improve it. And it's been good for my dear wife, it really has, and it's built her confidence up, so that can't be bad, can it? I don't think so. Gosh, she's a little grafter, she is. You know, for a small woman, you know, she's strong as ox, really. Well, let's scroll up. I'm scrolling up the comments. That I am. Do you know what I need? I need my little device over there. I need to bring it over here so it's closer, so I don't keep doing this and then hide behind the mic. Well, oh crikey, these people. It's like arguing with the drunk gammons in the pub. Oh my God, I experienced that one before. That was interesting. Not. We didn't have this. Oh, down. There we go. Turnips, says Doc Davey. Turnips. Jeremy Gup says food banks. So no one's going to starve yet. We've got food banks. We didn't have food banks to the degree that we've got food banks now. Actually, here in France, we don't really have any food banks. We have something Croix or something about twice a year. I think there's actually in the whole of France, there's about 2 food banks. It's nuts. Size matters, all that it does. Ooh, she is correct, says Smith. You're not wrong. She was spot on. She was talking logic and common sense. And she's a farmer. So not all farmers voted for Brexit. She did. No. But many did. They scuppered themselves. They were sold this line, this dream they were. The land will be full of milk and honey. Oh, you could rub it all over your bodies and everything. That was lovely. Yeah, but no, they didn't get to do that. No. Instead, they've just got that syrup water and the flies are buzzing around them. Yeah, it's not great, no. And what people don't talk about is actually the suicide the rate amongst farmers has gone up. It's quite frightening. You know, it's depression. The thing with farming, you see, you have massive debt. machines and equipment and taking out finance, and so you can just buy your grain for the, so you can sow it, to plant. Yeah, sow it, but I'm not talking about going and getting getting you some, what they call fothergills, anyway, seeds for your local garden store. No, getting them in by the cubic metre or by the tonnage. Expensive. They're called plantains. Talk about plantains. Is there a plantain? I ate a lot of plantains when I was on Ginger Island, actually. They're actually quite nice. They're like a savoury banana. That's kind of how you cook them. You could just saute them, the plantains. They're all right, yeah, not bad. I prefer banana, though, to be fair. Cheap. Crikey. GB News has not been, or Great Britain, sorry, GB News, that as well, has not been self-sufficient in food since the 1800s, a couple hundred years. And UK has not been self-sufficient in food since the 6th of December 1922. Yeah. Not helpful. No. We need to be growing more food, but our habits have changed and the way we live our lives have changed. A lot of it's down to the fact that the cost of everything, and also expectations with how much you expect to have, so you can spend money on stuff, whether it be, I don't know, subscriptions to Netflix and stuff like that. So your monthly outgoings are going through the roof. Your expectations become the norm. Mobile phones, it's like my daughter. She's got like a 60 quid a month mobile phone contract. It all adds up. And what happens is, eventually, you end up having at least, two people in the family, the mother and the father, or just a couple. And, working full time. I don't have no time to do anything, let alone garden. Because it does take time, That used to be it used to obviously help with our food security. Nearly everybody grew their own food. You look at the old council houses that were built back in the 1930s. They all had long, relatively narrow gardens. This is how they were. Because the view was that people used to grow food. It was an important part of, that house. Lifestyle. Everyone used to grow food pretty much. In the olden days. Yeah. No. Careful now. What's Casper say? It's his indignance in his delusion. He's certainly deluded. And that outro that he did, what the hell's that all about? He's nutter. Oh, I talked to my buddy, and he lives in New York, and the sky reminded me of what it was like in Southern California when we had crazy fires. Blimey. People inhaling all that stuff. And, okay, so there's trees burning, there's resins and all sorts of stuff. And the carbon dioxide has now been released. Now, there's some trials that have been done in the EU and in the United States, actually. What's that called again? Oh, something like agri charcoal or something, or agriculture. Yeah. Basically, what they're doing is they're doing some experimentation with getting rid of, if a tree falls, right, and it lays on the ground, it will rot. It'll give off carbon dioxide, but also give off methane. What they're experimenting with is, okay, what if we turn it into micro charcoal? So it's like little bits of charcoal, and then put it on the farms. And what they're finding so far is, obviously, I like to add potash and stuff like that to your soil, so it helps there. Also, the carbon will absorb toxins, but also it will retain water more. So you could help improve your soil quality by water retention, especially obviously we need more water for farming purposes. So there's agri-coal, I can't call that agri-charcoal or something it's called. Anyway, they're doing some trials and experimentation with it at the moment, so that might be interesting because obviously, the trees rotting on the ground or being burnt and stuff like that, it's not going to help global warming, is it? That's where obviously wood burns and stuff are not so great. There's where actually You could argue, oh, pellet burns granular, you know. Well, the wood volume for the amount of heat output is tiny in comparison to a wood burner. I mean, if you, I don't know, Ginger's probably can actually answer this one. I haven't had one long enough yet. How much, Gingers, can you tell us how many tons or how many cubic meters, won't be meters for you, or cubic yards, or tonnage, of pellets you get through in a year? Now, I'll give you, for instance, like, then we can compare that to burning wood. It's massively less. It's more than, but it's less than a quarter, I reckon. Wood burns are incredibly inefficient, but nice and toasty, I must admit. QA Library, hello there. Wow, how did she get such a big mobile phone bill? What? Who? Oh, my daughter. Yeah, no, she's got like a monthly contract. She's got like a modern, one of the new iPhones and stuff. So yeah, she's paying over the odds for it. So part of that contract, I don't know if actually my granddaughter's phone is on that as well. Might be. She's got a small package, but anyway, you're paying way too much money. But people do, don't they? The phone bill may include a plan to pay for the handset as well. That's what's happening here. It's the she's got the newest iPhones, which I would never touch with bars, but I hate the things. I don't buy anything like that. No, iPhones or Macs, I'm not interested. I want something that I can fix, or talk about fix. I have a screen for my there it is. For my OnePlus 6, so I got to replace it. It's got a cracked screen. You see, I dropped it. Yeah, without the case on, and it's cracked the screen. So got that to replace. Another little job. Sterilise the place. Make sure there's no dust or stuff, little bits and rubbish. It's a bit of a palaver. You have to heat the phone up with blowtorch, no heat gun. And you warm up on the back. Loosens the glue. You got to prise it open with some a bit like guitar picks. And you peel the back off first. You then got to get in from the back, undo loads of screws and what have you. And then you have to then remove the screen. So you've got to turn it over, heat it up, and go around with your guitar picks again. And then you can then reinstall your new phone with the adhesive and stuff like that. Which this stuff comes on like a reel. The adhesive does. It's like a double-sided gooey tape thing. It's bizarre. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, I was in the chat, wasn't I? There you go. Potassium. Oh, you talk about the you got potassium, phosphorus, and nitrogen. You talk about the ingredients, but what's minerals? We need minerals in our food. Without the minerals, we don't, and also electrolytes and stuff like that. You see, we need all that in our food stuff. We don't get enough of it, especially in bought food, because they don't add that stuff, because that stuff doesn't make the food grow and look great. It just means it's healthy for you, So there you go. There you go. The drunken gammon drunk on some. Yep, pretty much. I've got a nice little fascist coming up for you in a minute. Yeah. The last winter was warm. I used 3 tons. Thanks, that Gingers. We love you. We used 3 tons from November to mid-March. So how many cubic meters would that be? 3 tons. When I think about that, that's going to be. God, you use quite a bit over there. And your temperature is really cold, isn't it? I don't think we'd use as much as that. Even here, we wouldn't use that much. Probably half that, maybe 2 tons. If we're using it all the time, that is. Yeah, but in volume, for the heat output, we'd be using at least. What do we use here? We use about 12 cubic meters of wood. Logs on the wood burner. And if we use a central heating, which is a wood burner, it's a 45 kilowatt wood burning boiler that I installed, which was fine when we were processing all the wood ourselves, but when you buying it in, it's got so expensive now. So we just used a wood burner and now a pellet burner, and I was so impressed how little volume. Now, basically, if we buy a 15 kilo bag in our pellet burner, that lasts a day and a half, maybe 2 days, depending on how cold it is. And it does a fairly good job. So, when you're talking about 15 kilo bag, that's not even It's just like a sand type bag. So if you look at the volume of that in logs, wooden logs, that's like what, 4 logs, 5 logs, maybe, I don't know. There's not a lot of you're not gonna get a lot of logs. And if I was running the wood burner all day long, we'd get through is that all day? Probably 3 barrel loads of wood. Probably, if we're going all day. And what you're doing is you release, when you burn it, you're releasing the carbon dioxide. But it's actually better to burn it than it is to let it rot, because you don't get the methane. Sort of nuts. Yeah. Best thing is that we can actually just store, allow the trees and stuff to be able to store and hold on to it, retain the actual carbon dioxide, just like the peat bogs and the sea, for instance. So this is the problem as well. We've got global warming. Sea temperatures are rising, and as it's rising, it's dissipating, and it's vaporising the air with carbon dioxide, with moisture as well. Anyway, the UK has Brexit food. It's special food. It's like, is it like unicorns? Yeah, it's made of unicorns. Here's for the gingers. The UK doesn't have enough open land or the climate to supply itself with year-round food. The United States, Canada, and the EU are huge and have varying climates, so they can. The UK doesn't have this luxury. You're spot on. It's true. You don't have it. No. Unless we get rid of the cows. Oh, we eat them all, but we don't breed them. No. Don't breed with them either. Don't do that. No. It'll be like David Cameron and that pig. Oh my God. Scary thought. But anyway, yeah, so we could grow, well, if you think about cows, the amount of water that we use to be able to grow the crop to feed the cows, and the amount of water that's required for a cow to produce the milk. It's horrendous. They can soy use a lot as well, apparently. So we need to get on hydrogen. The only thing I say about hydrogen, you're talking about water, aren't you? Effectively, you're going to process water. Are we then going to be taking more water away from? They can take it out of the sea, maybe, and then maybe it won't be a problem. Bring the sea levels down with the melting ice caps. You see, what better? Hydrogen is extremely volatile. It'd be like the Zeppelin. Oh, there. Hindenburg. Well, Vipek says, don't worry. Or no, Joe says to Vipek, don't worry. Our food is still excellent. The tourists, they love it, they do. It's like here in France. There's so many farmers here, like local produce and stuff. But even the supermarkets sell a lot of local meat. A lot of the stuff is just, it's local production. The farmers here they have a lot of power. And they impose a lot of, have a lot of political sway. You don't want to cross the farmers, because you end up with cow shit everywhere. Literally. Especially Lidl's. Or was it Aldi? I can't remember now. I can remember one year, there was a roundabout not far from where I live, and they literally dumped masses of hay bales on this roundabout and just set light to it. Then buggered off. Blocking all the roads, it was. In protest. Turnip pizza. Do you know what? I just can't imagine a turnip on a pizza. That sounds like an awful, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a turnip tartiflette. That'd be alright. It's like a pastry, with like slices of turnip and that. Turnip's got a lot of sugar in it. You think of one of the beets and stuff. They've all got, beetroot and sugar beet, obviously sugar beet. They all have a lot of sugar in them. They make a hell of a lot of sense. As a crop, if you want to keep your sugars up. But it's actually quite. The thing about turnips, it's just how you grow them. If you're just going to have boiled turnip, they're flipping a bit rank, But if you do something with them, especially if you saute them and cook them, have all the sugars come out and they just taste so much nicer. Like I was saying about the Brussels sprouts. Oh, they taste so good. But still not a lover though. That's not. No, I'm not keen on turnips. What's the other one? Kohlrabi, and that's another. It's like a turnip as well. It's a weird looking turnip. Don't be silly. Walker's Crisps showed UK being. Oh my God, where you gone? Oh my God, Walker's Crisps showed the UK being shipped towards the Caribbean. Lovely. I'm now trying to get... Oh, hello, Vipek. I'm now trying to get to Rigor next year and tour the port wine houses and show Debs what real food is like. Food quality has gone down. I've noticed it here as well, you know. It's in the supermarket type foods stuff, as in the processed foods. It's getting a bit rank. Oh, rank. That's just not as good as it used to be. I don't think so. Yeah, they're struggling to get the stuff. Everything's getting smaller as well. Even here in France, everything's getting smaller. Well, we've got a shrinkflation. I need to shrinkflate. The first food bank closed, and now they are breadless. What? Bert H, hello, my buddy. The food banks, you say a food bank's actually closed? Is it because they can't get donations or support or any support? The first food bank closed, and now they're oh god, now they're breadless. I think that's a joke. It's like that in Germany. The front yards are gardens. Now, I was watching Gardener's World, and I do like Gardener's World. I like Monty. I think Monty's lovely, and although you don't see much of him these days, to be fair, he used to take, do a lot. Anyway, there was a girl on there who, a farmer. I think it's a farmer. Anyway, she's basically growing food, and everything she was growing basically had to be something you could eat. I did not realise you could eat dahlia bulbs. You know, the lovely globia dahlias and stuff like that. The bulbs, you can actually, the tubers, you can actually eat them. I didn't know. No. So many foods that we can eat. It's just like pumpkin, Us Brits, we think pumpkin is just for, for Halloween. And then the other thing you can do with pumpkin, is pumpkin soup. I'll tell you something you can't do with pumpkin is preserve. It's very difficult to preserve. Now, if you it goes off really quickly. You got more luck if you use a pressure cooker to preserve it in the jars and what have you. If you do it in traditional ways, it'll just rot. No time at all. You'll get botulism. Unhealthy it is. Monty Don. Oh, I love Monty Don. He's brilliant. Haggis and turnip is awesome. Do you know what? I've never ever eaten a haggis. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I don't think I've ever had one. I'd have to be canned haggis here, wouldn't it? It's not gonna be a fresh haggis. It's not here in France. I don't think I want to try it if it's gonna be a canned haggis, unless you can, you think otherwise. Portugal is a desert maniac paradise. Every town has a speciality, and every family has a speciality. Actually, the French like that as well, to be fair. But they believe in their food. They have a connection with their food. It's really important, and I think we've lost that. We have a connection with the takeaway. It's kind of what's happening though. My eating habits aren't great. You can probably tell I'm fat, but I've gone like periodic diets, to keep myself in a range, and otherwise I just keep going through the roof. The problem is I eat all the foods that don't agree with me. That's nuts. Eat all if you've got IBS and stuff, just eat lots of wheat and stuff like that. That'll help. Not. It's like eating, I don't know, gluten if you're celiac. It's not a good idea. The UK has Thanet Earth in Kent, so it can grow all year round. The UK is also losing much of their greenhouse space as well, unfortunately. So the land in the UK is good stuff, but it's overfarmed. It really is overfarmed, and we're not. But you know what it is? I think we've put too much faith, obviously in the politicians, but in other people to feed us. And I think that's a problem. And I think we've lost a lot of the skills. And the land has, we've killed it with over-farming. And if we haven't killed it with over-farming, we've covered it in concrete. Well, I didn't oblige, but my daughter wanted me to come over and help her in the garden. To set the whole garden to concrete, literally with paving slabs and, which I don't think she realised the cost involved to do that. But anyway, I kind of edged away from it. I didn't want anything to do with it because that sort of thing is the kind of thing we need to get away from. the soil needs moisture, and also we need biodiversity. The insects and the other stuff, they need somewhere to go. The solitary bees and what have you need to get in there and burrow in there and create their little homes. It's everything has a purpose. Except for ants, but they bite me. Yeah, or aphids. Yeah, where they suck the flesh, suck the juice out of my leaves and my trees. Little blaters. Urgh. Then there's flies. But flies have a purpose. They're there to clean up after us. When we finally all peg it, because we allowed ourselves to have our skin burnt off by the sun, and the fly, we'll all be rotting there. And flies be buzzing around us, just cleaning off our bones. Yeah, they have a purpose, you see. And finally, they all disappear because they'll have nothing themselves to eat. No. Down we go. How many France nuclear power stations are still offline? Well, they're going through servicing, haven't they? Some have been some have been shut down. Yeah. But to be fair, France is going down the old eco route, renewables. Flipping hell, the amount of solar panels, they're going up everywhere at the moment. You probably know about the latest laws that came in regarding covered car parking spaces on the car park supermarkets. If they've got over 80 spaces, they need to have, 50% covered with solar panels. It's brilliant. And it's happening everywhere. We're going to have a bit of a problem getting hold of these solar panels. And also, at some point in the future, they are going to be a bit of a problem because you're going to have dead panels which are going to end up being scrapped. And then what do you do with them? You're about to recycle them. Now, I don't know if you know how solar panels are made. They're kind of sandwiched between toughened glass, bonded to it. So there's no moisture and stuff like that in there. And it's it's a bit like like sandwich boxes with the plastic windows in them. Yeah, you've got this recyclable cardboard box with a bit of plastic stuck to it. It renders the whole lot non-recyclable. So they will come up with a solution with that, but at some point. Too many resources in it, isn't there? Just to leave, not to do anything with. But that's the key. Renewables are the key. But when the sun's not shining, not going to get any electricity. Well, then we've got to look at storage, as in batteries, whether it be big battery, lithium batteries or whatever, or whether it be a hydro system, where they use the gravity as a way of storing power, in the sense of, you use energy, whether it be hydro or whatever it would do, to pump the stuff up, water to the top, and at periods of high demand, it then is released through the turbines in the generators to provide more electricity. They've got a system similar to that in Wales. Can't remember what it's called now. Actually, I wrote it down there somewhere. Oh my god, it's got a weird pump storage. Oh god, how the hell do you pronounce that? Festiniog or something like that. It's got 2 F's at the front. Yeah, it's a 360 megawatt pumped storage unit. It's basically a big battery. Think of a big battery without terminals. And it does its job. Helps supply the grid at times of high demand. Ooh, what? One lie after the other. Oh, so it says live at the bottom of the video when you mouse over it. Oh, do it. Well, the things have changed actually on there are people out there who do YouTube, what have you. I don't know if you noticed, but when you hover over now the actual card for the video, it shows the beginning of the video, and like a little, underneath, the card. So the cards now are becoming less important. You can actually create, for instance, you can have an intro with words on at the beginning of the video. So when you hover over the card, it can then show the title of the video. Those things we can do now. Things are changing. Clever stuff, really, I suppose. Oh, it's one of Marcus's famous 1 hour streams. Yeah, they're 3 hours. Oh my god. Blimey, there's something else. I'll tell you what, there's something else I want to do. That there is. What are we doing there? Okie dokie. Oh god, I've got my flat bear. And my water. Right. Oh god, that was so funny with Liz Webster. She was in the she was struggling a little bit to contain herself, and not surprising. Well, yeah, well, that one there, and that one there, and that one there. Right, but right, so okay. So Sunak, Hunt and home buyers are bracing for an economic big Wednesday. This Wednesday will mark the longest day of the year, and not long after the sun comes up, the Office for National Statistics, the ONS, will publish its latest cost of living bulletin. Well, can't wait. No, okay. Despite raising interest rates 12 times in December 2021, or since December, in an attempt to quell the upward pressures of inflation, proving harder to shift, and well, the Bank of England, could imagine, because they weren't really thinking. Well, we will see that on Wednesday. There's no point going into that at the moment. But I do want to go into this. Oh my God, this man. He's just unbelievably foul. Block that. So not Faragua. He might as well be though. Oh my giddy! Now I've got it so big. Look at that. You might want to move that a bit smaller. I should have already set up 2 windows. Is what I should have done, and that has been a bit more. Had to be a bit smoother, a bit more progressive. Anyway, this is on Open Democracy. Far right supergroup founder, and it's wants to target picket lines. Yeah, this guy is an idiot, by the way. Just another one. Just got to share the idiots today. So, National Support Detachment Zanuck Yerbury has discussed targeting unions directly in the messages seen by Open Democracy. This little Nazi. He's literally a Nazi. Yeah, little Hitler. Bastard. Anyway, so the founder of the far right, or new far right supergroup aiming to unite fascists across the UK, have spoken of targeting union officers and picket lines. So Open Democracy has learned. Oh, I hope they get 10 years. Bet they won't. Well, it comes amid the UK's biggest wave of industrial action in decades, as the workers faced with a cost of living crisis demand better pay and conditions. Yes, the strikes. Well, recent posts by Yerbury on instant messaging service Telegram, where all the fascists hang out, seen by Open Democracy, set out plans to target those involved in industrial action. Now, in one message from April, Yerbury wrote, "Why don't we start directing our protests directly at the trade unions, i.e. their offices, picket lines, etc.?" Now, when somebody responded saying it was a good idea, Yerbury added, "I've spoken to some of my local allies about this. Legal things will happen soon surrounding this issue." Now, another post from last week takes aim at the internationalists, the Marxists, the trade unionists and the liberals, saying that the only possible relationship with these people is one of hostility. Oh, he's such a scary little man, isn't he? Oh, look at him. Oh, I'd slap him. I would. Well, this cretin. Yeah, the confrontation with somebody who wasn't going to be putting up with any of his shit. Quite frankly, no. I have to share this video. This is hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, got to make it big again. Oh, scary. Not in public. No, can't do that. There we go. Oh my God.
It's fascism. I am standing up to fascism and racism. You need to go away. You need to take your little band of fascists, and you need to go back under whatever stone you come out under. We will not have fascism in Scotland.
Do you work? Are you employed?
Yeah. No, you're not employed.
Aye, she is.
Okay.
Aye, she is.
What do you do?
I am a pharmacist, independent prescriber.
Good. I'm pleased to hear it.
I work
because
in the NHS.
No,
I work helping people.
I'm pleased
I
to hear
care
it.
about people. What do you do?
I'm a labourer. I'm a tradesman. Do you know, right, 6 years in the army, I don't need to be lectured about doing my duty to society.
What did you say? Like, go back again.
Years in the army. I'm pleased
I
to
care
hear it.
about people. What do you do?
I'm a labourer. I'm a tradesman.
I think he's a bit confused what a tradesman is. Now, don't get me wrong. Working as a labourer, there is skill involved. There really is. And it's flipping hard work. I had people working for me as labourers before, and I have to admit that it's a thankless task. You pay good money, mind, but it's some hard graft. I can't imagine him doing that. Look at the state of him.
Do you know, right, 6 years in the army, I don't need to be lectured about doing my duty to society. 6 years in the army. What have you done?
Save lives is what she's done.
What, put pills over a counter?
Oh, you do not know what her job entails. I don't. What? How ignorant!
You called me ignorant, and you said you didn't even know that there were grooming.
Oh God, there we go. What a flippin' loon. The thing is, these people, they actually get followers. They get people that believe in what comes out of their mouths. A bit like Farage and snake oil. They're a problem. They need to be locked up. Lock him up! Kill all of them. That's what he needs. I have my doubts he was in the army, though. He's just got no respect whatsoever. And he's not very articulate. He's being confronted. He's I don't know. Maybe he just hates women. Maybe he feels intimidated. He's been questioned by a woman. I reckon he's got a tiny penis. Oh, Galaxy First says, on that note, Galaxy First says, a lot of solar farms are going up here in Wisconsin too. We actually get over 2,428 hours of sunshine per year here, and solar is very much the future. You're not wrong. We've actually got a fair amount of solar here, nearly 10 kilowatts, and it's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. The one thing though, I think every single house should have is solar hot water. That is a most definite no-brainer. Now, even when times like over the winter months, whatever, even if the sun isn't particularly warm and stuff like that, it will still increase the temperature of the water. So the boiler doesn't have to do so much work, or immersion, or whatever you use to heat the water at the time. It doesn't have to work so hard to heat the water. You know? But through the summer months, oh my giddy aunt, it takes your skin off. It's so hot. Yeah, I've had times where they've actually boiled the water in the cylinder. You know, it's steaming at the top of the vent pipe on the cylinder. Well, the release valve thing. Definitely a no-brainer. Yeah, why is he even in Scotland? Yeah, good point. He sat behind a desk in the army. Oh yeah, I won't be a bit surprised. There's no way he's been on the front line anywhere. I just can't imagine that. He's a spindly little thing. Spindly little fascist. That's what he is. Okay, Jeremy Goff. Jeremy Goff says, please don't knock the little Willies. I have to click dislike. You can be 1 to 5 years or the career but 6. What you're saying? Oh, I see. Very cool. You can be 1 to 5 years or the career but 6. He's making. I don't believe him. I think he's just spouting rubbish. Not even an officer. No. He sat behind a desk in the army, I bet, says Gingers. Who knows what he's doing in the army? I've heard some stories about Eton, and such may be the same. I won't be surprised. He was peeling spuds. That's what he was doing. Peeling spuds. Oh my God. Nick Fuentes. Oh my Gideon. Oh, that man. Talk about misogynist. Oh, I might have took him off now, actually, after I got banned a few times. But I did videos about him before, Nick Fuentes. Oh my Gideon. Oh. He pretty much said that women like to be beaten up and stuff, you know what I mean, slapped about. What? I bet he follows that Tate geezer. Yeah. Andrew Tate. Oh, he can get locked up soon, bit of luck. He's in house arrest at the moment, isn't he? You know, but there's more charges against him. Says that Donald Trump. Oh. He's likely to go to jail now. That's really serious what he's been doing. Really serious. I've bought most careers that lasted 22 years. Army careers, that is. Nick friend is best friend. No way he's a labourer. No, exactly as I say. Flippin' hell. Working on the tools as a labourer. We used to have a guy, flippin' hell, this guy, I can't remember his name now. Working, he wasn't with me, he was working for a company called, shop fitting company. Anyway, flipping hell, this guy, he was a stocky fella, not very tall, but he was like square build. Flipping hell, talk about strong. And he had a bit of a problem with one of the electricians down there. He's been a bit cocky. Anyway, the electrician went off to, well, whatever they were doing. Anyway, they went off lunch or something. Anyway, they came back and their van literally was concrete blocked in. So he literally, he ran. He wasn't a bricklayer, but he literally just whacked loads of concrete blocks around and cement them in around his van. Obviously didn't go off, you know, but it's just, yeah, that's hilarious. They came back with a boot and the whole concrete blocks, and they were really angry. They were the days, that was in London, that was in the Barnes. The Sun. Oh, I think it was the Sun Tavern or something it was called. Long time ago. I was doing yeah, anyway, a long while ago. I'll be coming to an end in the mo. A labourer or a tradesman. He's a bit confused, that he is. Use that card, embarrassing. Yes, most definitely. 6 years in the army. Even the name clearly aping the nationalist or national socialist Deutsch. Oh my god, Beta Parte? Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh, that's better. The NSDAP. That's a bit easier. Oh, crikey, yeah. Chat Rat says Brendan Bayan, an Irish playwright, wrote about his grandmother who has a bath once a year. Now, whether she needed one or needed it or not. Yeah. Oh, there. There we go. I usually sang Pansalloid just to annoy them. UK should not be short of power. We have good wind and the UK has got enough power. Just can't get it from A to B. It's nuts. Veritas. International Superbacks. Is it Vestas or Veritas? Is it Vestas or Veritas? I can't remember now. Oh, they've been financed by International Super PACs, e.g. Veritas. Oh, I see. I didn't read the first bit. The ones from Hello Hello were funny. Oh, God, yeah. Hello Hello. The Madonna with the bigger boobies. Oh, dear. Oh. Was that a British version of the Nazis from Hello Hello? Yeah, probably. They're mad. These people are absolutely crazy. But the problem is people believe what this. They follow them. They like the message. That's the problem. It's like Brexit, isn't it? You know, it's just crazy. You got these idiots, like this flipping idiot.
Got to do with a pregnant woman on a flight from wherever. What's Boris Johnson got to do with her wages? Let's be simple, man.
I'll tell you why. So, majority of the people that I work with live in the European Union. So, majority of the crew that are from Heathrow live in Spain.
Well, go live in Spain, love. That's the answer, isn't it? You think it's so fantastic, don't live in Spain.
Philip, but you want you want a UK national airline to run. Why have we got 10,000 flights that are going to be cancelled by October? That's what the headlines are, and that is what is actually happening.
Well, it's simple, isn't it? Look at the way that companies like British Airways, Ryanair, look at the way they treat their staff. It's as simple as that. Nothing else. Look, British Airways, 12,000 staff they said, take new contracts or sod off. Hire and refire.
That's fine if you think that, but these are people that have kids. They have husband, wives, mortgages,
families.
You know, yeah, but that's their job, mate.
But if you think it's so fantastic, the European Union, why are you still living here? Why?
Because we can't go anywhere else because we're not in the European Union.
But you could have
done. In the European Union, we could have done.
These people are so crazy. They really are absolutely flipping crazy. And confronted with logic, just like that flipping Kevin O'Sullivan, yeah, from Talk TV. They're confronted with logic and they just blabber a load of flipping crap, rhetoric, and it's just rubbish. Absolute rubbish. But we've got to deal with these people. You're not going to turn around. They're not for the converting. They're for the asylum. That's what they're for. Flipping lunatics. I just want my Brexit. That's what they say. Well, like Cockney Lee Anderson. Oh dear. I speak German too, by the way. Learned it with Grandpa. Cool. God, I really struggle with languages. I really do. I struggle with English. I find that hard enough. Once got put on KP with a buddy when in the civil defence for impersonating officers to skip a tube line. Did they make us peel spuds? No, it was worse. We had to shell hard-boiled eggs. Oh my God, terrible. Oh. Anyway, I think that's going to have to be the end of this live stream because it's 3 hours and 16 minutes. Yeah? So you got... I've just given you 2 1-hour live streams and a 1 hour 16-minute live stream. Ain't you lucky? Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can do that on Patreon or buy us a coffee or there's a super chat down there as well. And it is very much appreciated, it really is. Because this is kind of our very poor paying living. And it's just, kind of thing. Well, we're trying to turn that around, to be fair. Yeah. But Brexit is it's a bugger. It is. It's not going to go away. It's that turd. A bit like Boris Johnson's the turd that just won't flush. No. What are we going to do? Oh, dear. Oh, by dear. Poor little Brexiters, though. They keep touting that same line. Well. Never mind. Like I say.
Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Flipping hell. Donald Tusk was right as well, though, wasn't he?
I've been wondering what that special place in hell looks like for those who promoted Brexit without even a sketch of a plan how to carry it safely.
Can't argue with that. But Poland's seeming a bit messed up at the moment, as it is. But at least we've got Kwasi Kwarteng and his unicorn economy. Well, that's enough for me. So I'm going to say ta-ta. And thank you very much for joining here tonight and that. And I do apologise for making it a 3-hour stream. Oh dear. Oh well. Never mind. Ta-ta.
We face new. Addressing those challenges, we will act in a fiscally sustainable and responsible way. That is why, shortly, we will publish our medium-term fiscal plan, setting out our approach more fully. It will set out how we plan to get debt falling as a percentage of GDP over the medium term. And I have asked the OBR to publish a full economic and fiscal forecast alongside our medium-term fiscal plan. There is no path to higher sustainable growth without fiscal responsibility.
The agreement came when we were all very busy on Christmas Eve, in my case organising the local nativity trail.
I will unite our country, not with words, but with action. I will work day in and day out to deliver for you. Whoop-de-doo!
Hello, Joe Biden here.
Mr. President, it's Rishi Sunak. How are you?
Thanks to the spanners.